No.
No.
Hello,
No.
everybody. Hopefully, you're all doing well today. As you can see, we are going to be continuing the D&D session of the Waterdeep Blues. Almost everybody is here for today's session. This is going to be the last session before the holiday break, so hopefully you all sit back and enjoy the chaos and see what ensues. Apparently, Squeak is doing a breath attack, which is scary. Uh,
Level 4, baby.
Not yet. Not yet. Gotta
I don't
sleep it.
expect yet.
I'm making stuff up anyway.
You
Squeak
got,
doesn't.
you gotta sleep. But yes, we are going to be picking off where I left off, which was actually all the way back in the Yawnin portal. You just finished having a conversation with Yagra, and Yagra decided to give you a little bit of a taste. After rewarding with information provided from your endeavors into the lair of the Santhark Guild, where you ran for your lives and luckily escaped, they thanked you for that information and said that if you wish to get the information you seek earlier, meet in the City of the Dead at your earliest convenience.
Well, okay then. That sounds like a good idea. Whistle will pause and tap her chin for a moment. Do you think that I should go by myself? I could bring my friends, but I don't know if our mutual acquaintance necessarily wants to be introduced.
The more people you bring, the more eyes that you allow to be seen.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go by myself. It won't take long.
Alright, so you head to the City of the Dead?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, City that actually has a thing.
Oh, nice.
So I'll just make you guys invisible.
Very nice, very nice.
But yeah, you come into the City of the Dead, follow the instructions, and you see a familiar woman standing behind some of the mausoleums, I believe is what they're called.
Yep.
Yeah, and just kind of waiting there with a lantern, slightly covering the lantern to not give as much light before she sees you. It's like, so you got the message. Good.
Whistle nods cheerfully.
Are you doing okay? You look a little scuffed up there.
Whistle has Squeak fly up just to take a quick look around and make sure there's nobody, listening in. And then she sort of leans in a little bit. Well, as it happened, I may have accidentally infiltrated the headquarters of the Xanathar Guild.
How does one accidentally stumble upon a place that even my most seasoned informants have yet to be able to uncover?
So there is one of the first job that we got when we got to the city was to go looking for one of Volo's friends. And he had been kidnapped, and we ended up finding Floon. That's it. I had to go find Floon. And we found him in a little thieves' hideout in the sewer system. As it happened, there was a big, well, I guess it wasn't that big, but big to me. Spooky guy and she lifts her hands to her face and wiggles her fingers with tentacle thingies on his face. And he wandered off through a portal. And there's a keystone to that portal that we happened to find, and we didn't know where the portal went. We found out where it went earlier today. Turns out it just goes right into the middle of the guild.
Oh, this is troublesome in many ways.
It is one way, though.
Well,
super important to mention.
Perhaps one of these days we'll be able to strike at the heart and maybe put an end to the vileness of the Xandar Guild.
It was pretty wild down there. He's got this dwarf buddy, who, I mean, like, we're pretty tough, but he basically just waltzed through our entire party by himself. The only reason we got away was that I managed to cast an illusion spell on him and make him think that he was hogtied and gagged. So he'd leave us alone for a few seconds, long enough to run away.
I think you're speaking about Amrogo. He's quite a loyal follower of Xanthar.
Yeah, he seemed very at home there. He was gonna tie us all up and drag us in front of somebody. I'm presuming Xanathar, I guess. But
that would be a safe assumption.
yeah. But I didn't really feel like getting dragged in front of any monsters today. So I made him fall over, and then I saved all my friends and we ran up we were running on that staircase for felt like an hour. It probably wasn't an hour, but it felt like. They're very far down.
Deep within the bed of Waterdeep makes a lot of sense to why it was difficult to find.
Whistle nods sagely. I've never been so excited to smell a sewer before.
Connected to the sewers. Okay, that helps. Anyways, you wanted information about this contraption that you said is running amok.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some of my informants and got put together. And the best lead we have is in the docks. In the dock ward, there seems to be ships there that are suspicious. And there's reports of potentially some mechanical being, but we weren't able to get too close without being alerted. So the information is very brief, but
that's still super helpful. Although I'm gonna have to eat my words. I told my friends that I didn't think he'd be near the water. So much for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Heartbreaker and the Hellraiser, those galleons are the ones that you should investigate.
Heartbreaker and Hellraiser?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the, and Whistle gets a little smirk. You'd say those are the suspicious?
Well, those are the two that I know are docked currently. I believe there's one other, but that one is not docked. They're anchored further out. But though the name of that ship, we weren't able to get the information of that one. But
gotcha.
Those are where you should, if you are planning to investigate, you should go sometime soon.
Okay. Well, I will definitely go and take a look. I really appreciate you guys going out of your way to look into this.
Well, you are part of this organization, and we help each other out.
It's true. I guess I'm not used, ever since I came to Waterdeep, I didn't have that same sort of feeling of belonging. When I was home, everybody helped each other out. Because we're a little village in the middle of the forest. We didn't really have anybody else to lean on. It's just nice to be part of something again,
Well, you are part of us, and as long as you prove yourself, we'll be there to help support where we can. And if you do your missions with diligence, well, you'll be rewarded as well.
That's the plan. Okay, I gotta go home. I am beat.
Very well.
I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good night.
Just to let you know, you won't be finding me at the Yawning Portal, but you would. But Yagra still stays there, If you do need to report to me for anything, just go to Yagra first. And the words, with the recent takedowns by the lords of the Waterdeep, we have to be careful. If it wasn't for my position in the city watch, I too would probably have been captured, but I'm so far being able to elude them. So be smart and do not varnish our name recklessly.
Don't worry. To date, I have not told a single person that, no, well, I have not. You said don't tarnish the name. She's thinking, thinking to herself a little bit. Okay, nope, sorry, I just wanted to think for a second. I haven't used the name with anybody.
Good. Last thing I have to do is clean up such a mess. It would be a poor thing to lose something so valuable.
No worries. And Whistle offers a thumbs up. For a second, she almost goes to hug her, then remembers this isn't Yagra, and just waves, and then turns and wanders back into the City of the Dead.
Okay.
And she goes home. Actually, so I have one quick question, because I don't remember the location of things. The original hideout, the one where the portal is, that's underneath which ward?
Dock Ward.
That's under the dock ward as well?
Yeah. So, if we come to the map here, roughly in this area was where the sewers was where you found the down in the sewers. However, when you came back up, you were all the way over here.
Right. Okay.
In Castle Ward, an undisclosed location.
Gotcha. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Whistle is going to, and she's gonna play it safe this time. She is gonna head back to the dock ward, and she's gonna let Squeak down into the sewer, and she's gonna have Squeak fly back to the area with the portal to see if the key's still there.
Okay.
Because we had to bolt without going back through that area, so
okay,
we didn't have a chance to collect.
So what exactly are you doing with Squeak?
So she's gonna let Squeak into the sewer, and basically walk over to the halfling's house, the brewer.
Okay.
Because that's like right overhead of the hideout, and she's gonna send her senses down to Squeak so she can see if the keystone to the portal is still in the setting.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, because you guys ran back home, so you put the castle ward, so that's about half an hour, but then you quickly came back out not too long after to go to the castle, then the meeting. Okay, so it's only been like 2-3 hours tops since that whole situation. All right. Yeah. I will be needing you to make me once. So you go from the city dead back to the dock wards. That's about another half an hour trip, depending if you get a carriage or not.
Time's of the essence. She'll snag a carriage.
Okay, so I'll say half an hour then. With that, you head to the halfling home.
Yeah, she's not like knocking on the door or going inside. It's just that's a landmark for being right overhead, and she can only send her senses about 100 feet.
Okay, and then you're gonna try to locate Ace the sewers.
Yeah, so yeah, she's gonna let Squeak into the sewers. At one of the entrances she knows about nearby.
Okay.
And have Squeak fly back.
Well, you just recently did that, so you don't have to make any checks. So yes, you can go do that.
Okay. Does Squeak happen to find the keystone still in the portal?
Well, first, you send Squeak down through the sewers. Squeak has to. They have a mind of their own when it comes to flying, right? Like you can't control where they go.
Right. Yeah, I can't.
So
control them.
quickly make.
Communicate, but I can't make him do it.
So yeah, so make a quick, with advantage because you're assisting them, a survival check to navigate the sewers.
Okay. Double check to see what he's rocking. Oh, he's got a +1. That's not too I can just do a wisdom check.
Yeah, if they're not proficient, you just do a check.
Nope. And then
You get advantage, so make one more roll.
that's not so.
Okay. It's a little difficult. Especially with the fact that you closed the door behind you. So you find the sewers, and they found you. You kind of now. Luckily, I need a quick acrobatics from Squeak to squeeze through the arrow slits.
Okay. That'd be a dex check.
Because they're small enough they could potentially get through, but it's going to be... Okay, they're able to make it through without damaging themselves or getting stuck, which is good. And they're able to fly through the place. And are you making Squeak be careful or just brazenly flying through?
No, Squeak's being sneaky.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
Okay. One more. Clear all those. Oh, actually, he actually does have a stealth mod. He has proficiency for that.
You can click on the stat block for Squeak, and like it should have everything.
That didn't help.
Well, it would be an 11 for the other one, so
Yeah.
Which is completely fine. Luckily, they're still pretty decently squeak. Like they're around average sneaks, but they're able to be daft and kind of hide up on the as high as they can to kind of circumvent any ground stuff. You do because you're through the eyes and nose and ears. You do pick up a stench a little bit better here, and the stench of rot and corpses.
Right.
But
Because we left the bodies.
however, you pick up it's more like burnt corpses now.
Oh.
The smell of burned corpses is what you pick up. But you make your way to where you think the Keystone portal should be. And you're looking for specifically that small little eye, right? That's what you're looking for?
Right. Well, I mean, if it's still where we left it, the portal would still be very obviously open. If
The portal is not open.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna have him look around to try to find the stone.
Okay.
If it fell out or something.
Yeah, it's not in the socket is the first place you would probably say, look there, and it's not there. Make a perception roll.
Okay. And he gets advantage to this because he's got them keen senses. Well, we'll keep the first roll, I think.
You do not spot the item in question.
Okay. Well, that's not super surprising. I just figured, at the very least, I could try to go back.
However, you do notice that through your dark vision, it does look a little bit different, the room. And you pick up that you see at the door frame leading into where you found Floon and everyone, there seems to be a body, like more or less a leg that's kind of captured the door from fully closing.
That wasn't there before.
No.
I will go ahead and have Squeak. Can Squeak hear anything moving around outside?
There's currently no noticeable sounds.
Okay, then I'll have Squeak continue to slink his way over to get a better look at this weird new body.
Okay. You go over and you notice that their top of their head is missing.
Oh. Well, that's awful. Okay.
And you notice the guards of the city watch.
Are there? Oh. So is he the only body here?
You peer into the room and you see there's multiple corpses of city watchmen.
Oh, no. Okay.
With more than one of them, more or less, having the tops of their head either partially removed or completely removed. And where there was a brain, there isn't a brain.
Yeah, that was the question. Okay. Well, that's terrifying. All right. Well, rather than make Squeak fly all the way back through the sewer, going
off of your perception, you do actually still notice that in one of the hands of the city guards, there seems to be something that they're holding tight to.
Well, Squeak will flutter over and see if he can pry those fingers off of whatever it is.
I don't think you're making it like make a claw attack to see if you can like pry it open. This is given a better chance than at strength attack because I know the owl doesn't have that. Okay, that's okay. It's a dead corpse, so the AC wasn't going to be super high. You're able to like kind of claw off and like peck at the one of the fingers to kind of like make enough room, and you're able to pick up what looks to be the eyelid or the eye-shaped stone.
Ah, wonderful. Okay, Squeak will snag that into his talons and GTFO.
Okay. Make one more stealth roll.
Okay.
As you have to go through some places again. And luckily, your Squeak is quick enough to get through.
Oh, this is the best little owl ever. Okay. And as soon as Squeak makes it back to the surface, Whistle will very happily snag the keystone from him. She'll actually pop him under her hat so that anybody who might have been following him isn't going to see him sitting around. And then she's gonna scamper back to the inn.
Okay.
She had there's a bed with a long rest just waiting for her up there.
Yeah, so you guys make it back to the tavern, and you get to sleep off the night. Which means the level up happens. And I believe nobody is doing... It's not rolled HP, so you're just doing fixed or average or whatever it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
I took Eldritch Initiate so I could get another invocation. I'm doing Pact.
Pack of the Blade?
Yep.
Okay.
Which won't really change a whole lot. It's more for stuff I'm going to take later, but it does let me do Celestial, Necrotic, or Psychic damage if I want to. That's about the only big difference.
Yeah, so now you have access to more damage types.
Precise.
And you don't have to cast Shillelagh anymore, technically.
I don't have to, but it is a free extra 5 damage. So I
True.
probably will.
But if you don't have the option to cast it, like you can still like if it's a quick opportunity. All right.
Right. It will be useless if I don't cast it.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Foreign is taking the ASI.
Oh yeah.
Farah, you're taking Sharpshooter, correct?
No, I'm taking Flames of
Phlegethos?
Phlegethos, yeah, that one.
The Tieflin then.
Yep.
Okay, and I know Snakebite's taking Durable, but they're not here. I'm not going to be updating your character sheets on Foundry, but it shouldn't matter too much. But awesome. All right. So, in your sleep whisper,
Oh dear.
Or whistle.
you dream of the forest again, and it's beautiful, elegant. The singing of the woman is still ever so present. Again, you can never quite see them. You're aware of their presence, but can't see them. However, you can't help but feel like you're being watched the whole time.
Whistle's storybook senses go off, and she looks around, trying to see if there's like any eyes peering at her from the darkness of the forest or something like that.
There is nothing that you can notice, but no matter where you look, it feels like as if somebody is watching you from behind.
Somehow worse. Okay. Well, probably won't wake up screaming this time, at least. She'll try to just chill out and enjoy the song and relax in the safety of her patron's little dream realm.
You do get some sleep. It's just that feeling is ever so present. You can't quite place where it's coming from.
Got it.
But hey, it's morning.
Hooray for morning!
You make your way downstairs, each of you, and there to greet you is good old Alif, presenting you with a meal for you guys to eat.
Nummy.
Oh.
And if you all eat it, you get 7 temp HP.
Hooray! That's a
Nice.
tasty breakfast.
That also was a way for it to give you a chance to update your D&D Beyond seats.
Yeah,
Yep.
Well,
Also,
I gotta check something.
first thing in the morning, I'm gonna try to finish it.
Okay.
Gonna finish
So that is going to be 2
Okay, so
checks.
there's no-
I need first the Tinker's Tools with an intelligence check.
Come on, high number, please. High number. That's high number.
Perfect. That's good. And then now I need a dexterity Tinker's Tools to finish this off.
Please, have another high number. Please, please. Ah, god damn it.
Actually, no. It was just the last little bits and pieces, and your intelligence check was high enough. You managed to complete your gun.
Alright, so while everyone.
You just couldn't get like
there-
a 1 basically with the dex. The decent wasn't super high.
Okay. Yeah, so while everyone's eating their breakfast, you see Vera, like, still putting some finishing touches on the gun. And could I do the infusion now, or do I have to wait again?
The infusion, does it specify if an infusion's like a long rest thing, or is it just a thing you do? Like, I think it's just an action technically.
I think it is just an action. I get 2 of them a day, I think. Hold on, let me double check. Where's my infusions?
Whenever you
Item.
finish a long rest, you can touch a non-magical object and imbue with one of your fins. Oh, Bellini, it's still early in the morning.
Okay.
I'll say like as you finish this up, you're like all right, and then you kind of had the magic of your infusion kind of at the ready to kind of throw it in there as you're crafting it.
Alright, I get to remove that one. Choose. It's gonna be a pistol. Quick fusion. I still gotta do an hour then attune to it, but
Yes, that will be taking you an hour.
okay. So then, yeah. Well, so within the hour, we'll say.
Yeah.
Everything.
But you're eating. That takes an hour. You could say that like that's like enough time for it to kind of gravitate towards you.
All right. So as Vera finishes up eating, she says, "This is possibly my greatest invention yet." And she holds up a gun.
Does it look anything, or does it just look like a gun?
It basically, if you know, it's like a single shot. It's like almost a single shot pistol. It has no room for like where extra bullets can go or anything like that. It's just a single shot pistol.
Vera, I don't know how to tell you this, but Pipes are supposed to have 2 holes.
Oh, my dear whistle. This is a better whistle. This is a better pipe. This is... It's not really a boomstick. That would be a bigger gun.
What?
But this is a mini boomstick.
That doesn't sound like a pipe at all. What are you smoking?
Exactly. You don't smoke it.
I don't think I know what that's for.
Well, I mean, technically it does smoke. You see Vera, like, putting the gun on the table and just, like, finger to her chin. I mean, technically it does smoke like a pipe, but it's not like a pipe.
Whistle holds her hands up and sort of shows Vera why she thinks it's a pipe. Like, she makes like a normal sort of like a wooden pipe, and then just sort of like scribbles the trigger and stuff onto it, so that like the bowl of the pipe now looks sort of like the handle, and just to show her why she's so puzzled and why that definitely would not work as a pipe.
Well, I could demonstrate it, but I don't know how powerful it is. I do not feel like damaging our property.
Well, I appreciate your lack of destructive enthusiasm. So what is it? Does it break stuff?
In a way, yes.
Why don't you just tell me what it does?
Don't look at me. I have no idea what she just made.
So basically, Vera is like how you clear like a firearm. She takes the parts apart and she points to different pieces. Like, so this mechanism here shoots out a small thing like this, like a piece of metal, and it puts a hole in a person.
So it's a wand.
Kind of, sorta.
This
Speaking of
feels like a
wands-
wand with extra step.
Big ol' wand's whistle. The wand that Vera gave you feels significantly depowered.
Oh, okay. That's
Well, Vera, at some point during the days, Vera would probably fasten something to holster the gun on her.
Well, don't we need to go talk to our horse friend again today?
We do, actually. Shall we do that? We have to. I think it says first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Sometime during the day today. I don't remember.
Do we need to bring payment for said horse again?
We do, so we should probably go do that now.
Or we
You
grab
want
some
one?
from here?
Do we have golden apples here?
You never looked.
We might as well look, see if we have any.
You
Or
do
we
have a
sugar
whole
cubes?
pantry of stuff.
Should maybe bring sugar cubes too.
I don't know if she likes sugar cubes. You just
One way to find out.
Alright. Yeah, if you want to bring sugar cubes, I'll bring. And Vera's gonna go look in the pantry, see if we have any golden apples to bring.
Make a perception check.
Perception.
None of you have actually really looked at your pantry yet, so you don't really know where things are located. So this is... Okay, you're able to kind of spot where it looks like where all the fruits and stuff are being stored, and you rifle through it, and you're able to find some apples.
The type of apples that
Yes.
you like? Okay.
They are the correct apples.
Yeah. I don't know, there could be Macintosh for all I know.
Granny Smith?
Granny Smith. Yeah, Vera grab a couple of the apples.
Okay.
And do you want to tag along, Whistle? I'm pretty sure you're the only one who hasn't met her yet.
Okay, I don't have anything else to do right now. That's fine. Oh, I have super good news, by the way.
Oh.
2 pieces of good news. So first off, some of my friends, the ones that I said I was going to ask for some help finding our nimble right friend, they got us a lead. Now, I do have to eat my words a little bit, because you remember when I said that I didn't think they'd want to be near water?
Yes.
Dock Ward.
I mean,
There's a couple of ships, suspicious, if you will. The Hellraiser and the Heartbreaker. That there's been some reports of possible mechanical activity around, and then there's another suspicious ship that's offshore, but we didn't get a name on it because nobody wanted to swim out and look at it. So that's the first piece of good news. We got a lead there. The other piece of good news is, and Whistle looks quite proud of herself, I went back and got us the keystone for the portal.
okay.
So, if we ever need to go back, now we can.
True, those stairs were a bitch.
Yeah, and I don't remember where they were. Oh, that reminds me, there's bad news too. There may have been a small group of guards in the room where we found Floon. And not the alive kind.
Huh.
Do you guys know anything that eats brains?
It's
Don't-
brains?
Think so.
All right, because there was definitely something down there eating brains. I mean, not when I was there, but like when me and Squeak were looking around, there sure were a lot of people with no top to their head and no brain inside.
Probably should tell Snakebite.
Yeah.
Also, maybe wear a hat.
I don't
Did they have helmets on?
Well, no.
like was the top of their head missing? Was their whole
Yeah,
head
nope.
missing?
The top, like the whole top, just nom. Totally gone.
Huh.
Whistle starts to look a little bit queasy. Can we talk about something else now? Is that okay? I don't really have any other pertinent information about that, and I kind of want to keep my breakfast down.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, lucky
Snakebite
who
wanted
decided
me
to
to
show
wake
up.
Welcome.
It's alright, guys.
Fell
Speak of the
asleep?
Dragonborn, and he will appear.
Yeah,
You fell asleep?
I think he might be getting his stuff together.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Yeah, that's not.
Well.
You didn't miss much. One of the things is Vera now has a gun.
Farrah's got a gun, do. And it's alright.
All right, so you guys are making your way towards the thing, or are you still gonna have a conversation?
Yeah, I'd say we're gonna go talk to.
We'll start looking for a horse.
All right.
Yeah, talk to our horsey friend.
You know the drill. It's a perception or an investigation.
I'm gonna go with
Alright.
perception.
I'll go with an investigation.
Whistle and Squeak will work together to whip up a little perception for this segment of the adventure.
Okay. So, with everybody helping each other out, and Snakebite, I know you're still loaded in. You managed to find Maxine. Again, this kind of seems to be eating some food. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. My headphones suddenly just shut off.
That's okay. You didn't miss too much yet. You do have to
Alright.
update your seat because the level up happened. I believe I added the new durable. I might have forgotten to. So just.
It's fine.
But
Yeah,
I'll edit that later.
ASI.
Oh, you're not gonna take durable?
Yeah, I'm gonna take an ASI to round up.
Oh,
my
okay. Well,
strength score.
That makes my life easier. All right. Yeah,
And that one, part of me did want to wait for you to add it and then not take it anyway.
I don't know if I did or not. I did a bunch of different. I've been adding a lot of homebrew stuff for a bunch of shit. Anyways, you find Maxine kind of again. This seems to be their leads wrapped around a post as they seem to be, being on break.
Fair approach up. Morning, Maxine.
Morning, beautiful.
Thanks. We came because of what you said yesterday about more information, possibly.
Forgive me. Can you remind me what the information you were seeking? I get a lot of people requesting information.
Volume.
One was in the information on the Black Viper.
Oh, yes. Right. Forgive me. Yeah, spending hours and hours traveling through the city and hearing a bunch of people talk, your brain goes a little funny. Yes.
Of course.
Yes, the woman in question was the name started with a C.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay.
Castle Lantern?
I think so. It was definitely Amelia something. I heard Amelia be said a lot, not the last name too much. The only way I would know about the last name was because it was written in the thing, and I only got to see a glimpse of it when the driver got off and was going through his papers. But it was definitely Amelia something.
Well, thank you. That confirms a few things, hopefully. And I believe, Vera, you were asking about Nim?
Yeah. If you heard or saw anything about the automaton they asked you about. I know yesterday you didn't see him or hear much, but I was wondering if you heard.
There was a lot of buzz about the dock wards.
Dockworks, okay.
Yeah. Yes, a lot of people were talking about attractions or some exciting sights or something. Something about like a traveling carnival, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's two saying the dock wards now.
Well, looks like our lead is in Dockwards then. Well, much appreciate the information that you did get, Maxine. And Vera will give her some of the apples.
Apologies for interrupting your break, it seems.
Does, but it's a lot better than having to walk and talk.
This is true.
Exactly.
All right, well, we'll leave you to it, and we'll be about our day, and
Be safe.
of course.
Well, it looks like we're heading to the Dockward then.
Yeah. This is 2 people now saying Amelia.
2 people saying Amelia, and then 2 people saying the dock word for the other.
Yeah.
Sorry. Pretty sure that's the name, proper name. I believe that.
That's the one you gave us the last time, so.
Okay, I was like, I'm pretty sure Amelia is the right name for the person,
Yes.
but like my brain was like, but then again.
What you gave us last time was it was the secret twin of Amelia Castellantern.
Yeah. But yeah,
Amelia Castellantern has come up twice. It's like, interesting. Okay. Do we want? I think we should. The dock ward seems to be the highest priority.
Yeah.
Mostly because
Well.
Yes, I just don't want this construct to be hurt.
Yeah.
So
Still haven't worked out on how we're going to hide it from that other church, but yeah.
that's a whole other kind of adventure.
Yeah.
We'll cross that road and come to it.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun conversation for us to have. Anyway, let's get
I assumed I'm pretty sure nobody said they were staying behind, so I assumed you guys were all together. Gentleman left the foundry. I don't know. Gentleman, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. My browser restarted for.
Okay, no worries. It's fine. It's mostly theater of the mind stuff happening right now. But yeah, everybody should be with each other. I know Threndy had to go AFK temporarily, so Whistles was kind of in their own world.
It's Whistle's world. We're just living in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real quick question.
Yep.
Did my hit points increase when I leveled up, or?
Well, yeah, you get.
Am I still at like 24?
It's
I don't
average.
know my current hit.
Oh well,
I don't know my current hit points.
Yeah, because a long rest happened. A long rest did happen.
Yeah, but I've also got the disease, don't I?
Oh, right. Thank you for reminding me. So you wake up with cramps and a fever, and you do. This happened over the night, so you do get your health back for this long rest. However, going forward, the things have now manifest, and you take a exhaustion point.
Oh God. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a way to
Now,
get rid
remember,
of this
the new exhaustion is only -1 to every roll.
Yeah, but it'll still stack eventually.
Yeah, we've seen what happens when that stacks.
True. However, I'm just saying that's the current situation. You wake up with a bunch of cramps, and you have running a fever. And for a Dragonborn to run a fever, you can cook an egg on their forehead. So thank you for reminding me. I forgot about that. As the incubation period was literally just shy of when Whistle was able to figure things out. But yeah. Okay. But in a nutshell, you have cramps and a fever, and that's the big thing. And going forward, yeah, anytime you spend hit die, you only get half back.
All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm assuming we were walking and talking to the dock ward.
So you guys head straight to the dock wards, and then I'll say again, you guys wake up around 8 o'clock. You have breakfast. You looked around for a little bit. Didn't take you that long to find Maxine, so it's still early in the morning.
All right. So we got a little while we got some time to search. So Bear's gonna turn on the number right detector and start look as we enter the dockboard area.
Okay. Like being told, I think Whistle told you about the ships, or didn't tell you about the ships?
Whistle did tell us about the ships.
Okay, okay. Well, heading towards the actual docks with that information, the device starts to go and let me double check to make sure what it looks like. Okay, so you're holding on the trigger is how it's activated. So the umbrella begins to spin and whir and click, and it's spinning and whirring. And as you get closer and closer to the docks where these ships are, it starts to get faster and faster.
Okay.
Okay, so we're close. I'm guessing that's what that means.
It only, you know, the trigger is within 500 feet, and now you're getting closer and closer. And as you approach the docks, let me change the music.
Uh-oh.
Not necessarily anything bad.
It means something.
Just hear circus music, because there's apparently a circus here.
Merely dockside music. Alright. Because now you're in the docks. The docks are bustling and chaotic at this time. People are going in and out of ships, unloading crates. There's fishermen coming in with loads of quarry, and the docks are just packed with people, and it is busy. Especially in the morning time, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Whistle grumbles quietly. They always get I don't like it when it's crowded like this. People forget to look where they're stepping.
And you are basically having to squeeze past people, and like people are not like being rude or bumping into you, but it's packed in a way that it's almost unavoidable. Occasionally bumping into somebody, but like there's usually a quick glance of like an apologetic look, and kind of just moved on. It's kind of, people in the docks are used to this to the point where there's not as much of a need to be constantly saying anything. However, for those who are not used to the docks, it does come across a little brass and kind of rude.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have Vorian's 8-foot tall ass just.
Yeah, I will say with Snakebite and Vorian with you guys, you kind of have like almost a buffer. People can easily spot you, and they're trying to avoid you guys, not out of fear per se, but just out of like, first of all, the City Watts garbs that Snakebite is wearing is enough to give them a bit of a, oh yeah, we should be, a little bit more polite. And then Vorian's just, the size is enough to basically kind of be like a bulldozer through the crowd.
He's the wedge at the front, so like if Whistle's and Vera's behind him, it's just like, oh no, like around.
But yeah, following the noises and what's still on, are we like getting hotter and colder? Is where they're going, or
Okay, so what's doing?
like following the detector? Like, are we getting closer?
Oh yeah, you're getting closer and closer, and now there's a lot of small ships, but there are the bigger galleon-sized ships. And do I have a way to show you what a galleon looks like? I think I can.
Excuse me.
The galleon's a huge ship, by the way.
Yeah.
A galleon, I'm pretty sure, because I'm thinking of like part of the Caribbean.
Roughly like that size. Pretty massive. We're talking like it can hold basically like the capacity of 200-ton cargo. About 100 people can fit on this. This thing is 100 feet by 20 feet. It's very massive. I'm using the stats of a warship. A galleon is basically a warship.
Okay.
Yeah. Based on what I'm looking at here, it's what it looks like.
Yeah, a galleon normally takes about a crew of 15 to operate it as bare bones as you can.
Yeah. I will say, like, you might get a long ship, which is like this. Maybe one, but not really. It's not. Yeah. So
Yeah,
what?
long ship
Based
is
on what I'm
more
based on the scenes I'm looking for these ones, it looks like it's a warship size. So 100 feet in length, 20 feet wide, multi-layer. It's thick. It's a thick ship.
The Black Pearl is your best.
Yeah, I was thinking like Black Pearl or like Davy Jones's ship.
Yeah, some Queen Anne's Revenge type shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a galleon.
Yeah.
And then you have the Man of War, which is even bigger.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Vera Piper looks like it's pointing us towards the ships at least. So your lead might have been way more accurate, Whistle, than anything.
What if the ships belonged to the carnival? They said it was a traveling one.
Yeah. Well.
I know of many carnivals that travel by land. I can't say I've heard of one that travels by sea.
Yeah.
If you're only hitting coastal towns, it makes sense. It's faster.
Probably
And if you
easier to
keep
move
to the
stuff around too.
If you keep to the shoreline, you're less likely to be harried.
Also expensive as well.
True.
Well, you said the ships were the Hellraiser and the
Heartbreaker.
Heartbreaker.
Those ones are the ones that are currently docked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sorry.
those are the ones I believe.
Would someone like to remind me what exactly we're doing here again?
Looking for the robot.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Both me and Borian's lead and Whistle's lead told us the dock word.
Alrighty.
Specifically on the docks.
Alright, yeah, I was asleep during that conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. Whistle
You were still waking up.
Yeah.
Tighten your armor up. We kind of left
Yeah.
right as soon as you came down and ate a quick bite for breakfast.
Yeah, you could tell he did not sleep well that night.
All right, you guys do some RP while I set something up.
Just as a
You
quick
doing okay? You're looking a bit rougher than you were yesterday, and that includes after you got the dwarf incident.
Yeah.
It's fine, I'll walk it off. It's only a bit of plague, I'll walk it off.
That's not how that works, but all right.
If you
That's
start,
exactly how that works.
yeah,
There's not a single injury or sickness in the world that can't be solved by simply walking it off.
if you keep,
What about losing your legs?
Then you
You
roll
have
it
two
off.
hands. You have two hands, walk it off that way.
What if you lose all your limbs?
You roll it off.
You roll.
Well, that's not walking anymore.
Well, that's just how you roll then.
I mean, my point is, you can't say everything can be fixed by walking it off if there are things that prevent you from walking it off.
The statement means just kind of keep moving forward there, Whistle.
Yeah, it's
Well,
a
that's a bad
metaphor.
statement.
Not really, because if you keep walking it off, you're continuing to move forward, so it makes sense.
Okay, so what about this? What about exhaustion? You can't walk off exhaustion. If you keep walking, you're never going to get any rest.
That's why you roll.
You can't you can't sleep while you're rolling.
Yeah. Speaking
Yes,
of
you can.
exhaustion, thank you, Whistle, for reminding me of that.
If you're unconscious, you will continue rolling, especially if you're going down a hill.
I don't think that counts as restful.
You're not moving.
Well, that
You're just
depends on the
moving down
person,
a hill.
really.
I'm pretty sure there's some flaws in this. I'm not sure where there are exactly, but I'm sure they're there.
And there are no flaws.
That's not how that works. If I step on a floor and the floor makes a cracking sound, I might not know where the flaws are, but I sure as heck know they're there.
Yeah, it's your foot. You broke the floor.
What? No, that's not how any of this works.
I just.
This is far better waking up. This is a far better thing to wake up to than coffee.
You just see Vorian's got a shit-eating grin on his face with all this.
Meanwhile, Vera's like very invested in the Navarre detectors, like trying to figure out how it's working. Just like, okay, so.
Yeah. Bear's over there doing nerd shit.
You say something?
Oh, she made something that she called a
No.
gun earlier.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, I've been helping her with that.
Can you explain what that is? Because Whistle thinks it's a pipe. I don't know what it is. It looks like a weird club.
It's not a pipe. It's a very bad pipe.
Thank you.
Because it's not meant to, but it's not meant to hit things. You point it at things, and then a lead ball. You pull a trigger, and then a lead ball comes out of it and hits things for you.
So it's like a crossbow.
Basically, yeah, but a lot more velocity and a lot more deadly.
You see Vera
So it's like a wand.
jumping. Technically not a lead ball.
So it's a
just
cannon?
used ammo.
So it's a cannon.
Yes, picture that, but way, way, way smaller. Like, and it can fit in your head.
Technically, mine
So
doesn't
you
use
made
ammo.
a handheld cannon.
In simple terms, yeah.
You could somewhere simplify all firearms as a handheld cannon, basically.
Basically.
Pretty
a little
reductive,
bit-
but you could.
little bit of gunpowder, different size ball, same difference. So this one doesn't use gunpowder or lead balls.
Wait, explain that.
What?
Well, so if guns are things that use
It's a
little
miniaturized
metal
cannon.
balls. No, hold on. Let me finish. If guns are things that use black powder and little metal balls to act like a small cannon, but this uses neither powder nor small metal balls, how the heck can it be qualified as a gun? It doesn't do the one thing a gun does.
Well, I mean, as long as the ball is exiting the chamber at a
It doesn't use
fast
them.
velocity, whether smoke powder or not, it really doesn't matter as long as it exits the chamber at a really, really fast velocity.
No, but listen, Vera, you said that it doesn't even use the little metal balls, right?
Technically speaking, no.
Okay.
Isn't that
So
what
it-
ammunition is, though? Just little little lead balls? Unless I'm mistaken.
But are you? Oh, I was like, so what's your ammunition then?
Magic.
So it's a wand.
So it's a wand!
Not exactly, I don't think.
That is the exact
I
definition of a
defy
wand.
you to tell me how that's not a wand.
You see, unlike a wand, I'm not casting spells out of it.
Not all wands cast spells. Sometimes they just have magical effects, like launching bolts of damaging energy.
So a gun.
Hmm? No, we already defined a gun. Guns shoot bullets. It's not what
Guns
this
are mini
is.
cannons.
You mean
That is
like a
what
wand of magic missiles? I think.
Magic missiles is a spell.
Yeah. Yeah, you
There are
Whoa, whoa.
wands that do not replicate a spell and just launch stuff downrange. Those exist. They're things.
Yes, the wand of smiles.
For instance, That's not a spell. It's just a magical effect. So what I'm hearing is you made a really complicated housing for a wand.
My question is, can you cast your magic through said mini cannon?
Untested. Seeing as how I just made it this morning, I haven't had a chance to use it.
I honestly want to see if that will happen, because that would be really cool. I'm not going to lie, Whistle. That would be really cool.
Listen, if we get into a fight, then we can see how the gun works, okay?
Oh,
Mini
we're
cannon.
fighting.
Mini cannon.
Wand.
Cannon,
Hang on,
gun.
actually.
What is it, Snakebite?
All I know is I point this at something, that thing it might be dead.
Okay, so I just want to
I
point
can-
something out. I can point at things, and those things might be dead. That's called
Same.
things aren't always alive, and if you point at them, sometimes they're not alive in the first place.
We're not talking about undead, Whistle. That's semantics.
But I'm not talking about undead. Like, look, I can point at you. You are alive. I could
Am I,
also
though?
point at, I assume.
But you know what they say when you assume.
No, I
It's
don't.
an asset of
Enlighten
you.
me.
It's a mixed ass out of you and me.
But I don't want to be a donkey.
Exactly. So you should never
Exactly.
assume.
Fine, whatever. But I can also point over at the fishmonger's stall, and those fish are not alive. So
How do you know?
sometimes I
They
can
could still
point
be
at
alive.
things.
They sell live fish here.
They're sitting on ice.
That doesn't mean they're dead yet.
It does mean they're dead.
Are you sure about that?
Yes! Because I've gone fishing before.
Some fish can breathe air.
Not those. Not those. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I just like
Every one of you is a threat to my mental stability.
Snakebite's just over here, just barely containing himself.
Oh, Lorian's trying too hard because he's just continuing on.
You see Vera, like, she has like the straightest face ever. Just like, but like, how do I explain that? Yep.
Just has the sips tea kind of face.
Okay, dokie.
Yeah.
Woo! I did up the updating of things.
Did we vamp enough for you to get all that done?
Yes, I appreciate. I had to do some lovely editing of things, but we're good. So
Yeah, we were arguing the semantics
Mhm.
of.
Breakdown.
What a gun is.
yeah,
Yeah, whether or not
I was
America
I was
made a gun
somewhat
or a
paying
very
attention,
complicated one.
but you guys were doing good banter. But yeah, you get closer and closer to the Heartcatcher and the Hellraiser that are currently docked, and you can see that there's people aboard them. You don't need high perception to see this. You can see that there are people going in and off the docks, like through the giant ramps and stuff.
Okay. Which one is picking up more of a ping? Are they both like equally, or?
The at this distance, you're getting so close. It's hard to distinguish. Like they're pretty close to each other. They're not like too far off. Like if you imagine like location wise, like they are, like you imagine like a big thick dock, and there's a galleon there and a galleon there, like to each side.
Right.
Like this is like their parking spot for like kind of thing. So
Just
they're
what
both
I
close
thought.
enough. Yeah, yeah, this is their port. So there's not much of a distance that you can distinguish where the pinion is coming from.
Just you just see Vera like blast it. Damn it. Like they're too close together. I can't get an accurate signal of which one.
So we have to search 2 galleons, is what you're saying.
We might not have to search 2 galleons. We just need to find out which one. Because if we search 2 galleons, it's gonna take us ages, and I don't think, personally, Vera's just gonna whisper to everybody. I personally don't think anyone's gonna list on their ship to search for an quote-unquote illegal automaton aboard.
Let me get some.
We have a city watchman here.
Yeah, we have a city watchman, an artificer, part of an alchemist
Yes.
guild.
Yes, but the city watchman can say, "Hey, we're searching for something
Tiffany,
that's just
can
been
I-
trying to escape, and we want to make sure they are not stowing away on their ship because no ship likes a stowaway."
Alternatively, you have been selected for a random security search.
So
That
that's
too.
what that looks like, by the way, the art for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big ship.
Alright, well. Alright, let's. Which one do you want to try first then, in that case?
So we have the which one and with the Heartbreaker and the Hellraiser?
Yeah, Hellraiser Heartbreaker.
Well, I don't want my heart broken right now, so I vote Hellraiser.
Alright.
I can't argue with that logic.
Yeah, I can't argue with it either, I guess.
Whistle, do you have an argument for that statement?
Would you
No.
rather have your heart broken or have hell raised?
I mean, they're just names.
Yeah, that's,
Yes. Fair. But some sailors can be superstitious about names.
naming conventions,
Just like how some people view colors as things like that.
Okay.
I guess Snakebite in the lead will approach the Hellraiser.
All right. So you have approaching the Hellraiser. Okay. So, I'm assuming you guys are going to be trying to be stealthy about this, or are you just going to be brazen about it? So I know you said something about this. You're going to use the City Watch angle, I think is what one of you said.
Yeah, if we use the sort of watch angle, we'll have to be brazen about it.
Okay. Is it going to be the entire group? Are you going to split up of have like one person be like what I need to know the full plan. Like is it just the whole group
I'm
going
not-
together or not?
I can approach with Snakebite as a show of more of just like he's here to lift the heavy shit for me.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Whistle.
Yeah?
How accurate is Squeak with seeing things?
Extremely?
Small idea. What if we have Squeak perch upon the mast of the other ship? That way, if Squeak sees something, we can immediately stop the investigation on this one and go to the other one.
I mean, I'm not sure we're gonna see a whole lot from outside of the ships. Like, if he's been trying to hide, like, it's busy.
Yeah.
This isn't
Well,
when...
one idea is that, well, if he sees us coming, he might try to make a break for it.
Yeah. Like if we don't see him right away. So it would be actually a good idea to have Squeak on the outside while if we go underneath the ship.
Okay. So
Or, actually, you know what? I had a thought. What if we just hired a little boat to take us around the outer side of each of the 2 ships?
so
I bet that'd be
this is more accurate. It's not a warship, it's a sailing ship.
awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
It's the same size, but it's a little different looking. Yeah.
If we have someone just sail us around the outside end of each ship, I'm sure we'd get some kind of difference in the response from the whatchamacallit of Doodle.
How accurate is that thing?
I believe it was within 500 feet.
I thought that's when it started.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Are you still holding down the trigger at talking, or did you let go?
Barrett's gonna squeeze the trigger again, see if she's getting any accurate.
It's just the umbrella is spinning like crazy as you are near, because you guys are relatively near the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's rolling pretty fast at this point. It's not. You, Vera, can know a little bit about technology. This is not the maximum velocity of it.
Okay, it's close, but it's not exactly this one. Hold on. Bear's gonna run around to the Heartbreaker real quick and squeeze the trigger.
Wait, sorry. What did you do?
Bear's gonna run away, run past, away from the Hellraiser. And just gonna approach towards the Heartbreaker and squeeze the trigger.
Spinning.
Faster, or is it...
I mean, it might be a little bit faster as you approach the ship closer.
Alright.
Like, relative, I will say, because this is theater of the mind and it's hard to gauge distances, they're about equal amounts.
Okay.
Like, you surmise that the Texan thing is going off potentially on both ships.
Alright.
Like, you can't distinguish the two.
Yeah, it's accurate, but it's not super accurate to the point of where it's going to distinguish which ship is which he's on, because it's going to ping off both ships. It's the issue with them being so close together.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said try boating around the outside end, because then you'll be further away from the one ship and still right next to the other. Should give you a better contrast, right?
It's more so a case of I probably have to be on the ship and squeezing the trigger to figure out exactly where, because these are pretty heavy duty cargo ships, at least.
Whistle's gonna have to illustrate this, because she's not doing a very good job of making herself understood. Give me half.
Well, it's like you guys could do that. We could still go through Snakebite Knife to check out the ship.
I mean, yeah. We just need a rowboat, really, not even a charter someone.
Yes, but people ask questions when you do that.
Yeah. We're gonna ask questions anyways. Why you two want to go between two ships? Oh, just scouting the reef course underneath. How are we supposed to explain that?
Exactly.
There's a simple answer. You have to tell them to mind their business.
That's when you pay them an extra 5 gold and they will shut up.
You know what, Snakebite? And Bear's gonna smile. I'm just gonna say I was tasked by the City Watch. Use your name again.
We're gonna get Snakebite fired.
I mean, by technicality, I'm not even part of the City Watch anymore, by technically speaking.
No, you are.
No.
You're just in the SWAT unit now, so you kind of have a
You
little bit more freedom.
still have position in the City Watch. You just are basically being tasked as like a detective, essentially.
Alright, cool.
Ooh, yeah, you can use that one too.
I'm a magical detective.
You are part of the
Cool.
Forest Greys, which are like the elite Secret Service kind of style.
Alright.
Which was established.
Okay, so it's kind of like I'm part of both the state police.
Yeah,
and
you're
the CIA
yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Hey, Lynx, can you pop Whistle's illustration in so that everybody can see it real quick?
Oh god, Whistle's
Oh,
got another
okay.
gallery.
All right, hold
We have to
on.
make a folder just for.
I have a
all of Whistle's,
folder. I literally
drawings.
have
Well, no,
I
on
do.
Foundry, we
There is a folder.
Yeah,
but we can't see it.
Yeah, no, we're not allowed to see it.
I think that lets you see them. I don't know.
Let's see. No. Either way.
I mean, I know the easiest way to.
Oh, it's under actors.
Is
Yeah.
it under actors?
Yeah.
Oh, Whistle's
Whistle's artwork.
Okay,
Oh,
so if-
yes.
okay, so check out the ship drawing. So Whistle whips that up real quick, and then sort of like points to the orange circle in the center, and is like, "Okay, listen. If we're standing on the dock, we can't really get very far away from either of the boats. So you're gonna get about the same response whichever side you're on.
I like how it's
But-
uneven lines. This makes it even better.
But if you go on a boat and you go on the other side of one of the ships, you're now really close to one of the ships and further away from the other one. If you're
Wait,
still getting a strong response, it's that ship. If you stop getting a strong response, it's the wrong ship.
As a question, Lynx, is Whistle's drawing accurate to how the two ships
Yeah,
are? 'Cause
literally. Okay, so
I was imagining them like on two separate docks, but they're on like the same side.
So that's so as you approach the Hellbreaker and Hellraiser, they are docked across each other on the same pier in the dock ward.
Okay.
So
that's why I was confused.
yeah, if you look at like way the docks are, it's the same. Like when I said like big docks, I meant like a pier. So if everybody comes to here,
Yeah, like
imagine like right here, and there's a ship here and here.
So how Whistle's drawing is.
Yeah, literally that. Like
that's why I was confused. I got
so.
it now.
And I imagine what you're doing is you're over here. You're not on the docks yet because you don't want to be started, and you're like running like along the road here between the two vessels to see if there's a pull anywhere. That's what I was imagining.
Okay.
If you go
that's-
onto the actual pier, then I need you to specify you're on the pier.
Yeah, that's why I was confused because I was assuming it was something like the docks down here. Like one ship was on that side, one ship is on like.
No, they're on the same. They're attached to the same piece of wood, essentially. And I apologize if I wasn't clear enough. I thought that's on me.
Good. That's my brain.
I will say,
so-
Whistle, you have good fucking eyes. You do see a similar looking vessel out docked about a mile away. That's anchored down, and that's
Sword?
kind of like where the picture I showed you is.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Whistle sort of nudges everybody else, and that is the third ship that was the third of the suspicious, if you will.
Okay then.
And if we do go on to these ships, I'm just going to point this out right now. They are all identical, so the name of the scene does not translate.
Okay.
Just want to throw that out there. Don't think that means
I didn't wanna make
anything.
Different scenes.
Oh, I have each of different scenes. That's how it's uploaded, but they're all identical. Like for the most part, there is differences, but then their shape is the same. So I'm using the same thing, and I might have to move some stuff around. Yeah, just so we're completely honest and clear.
Okay, well, let's go with this plan then.
All right.
If that
All right.
if that works, you to approach, pretend like random dock inspections, whatever your brain is cooking up. Me and Whistle will get a small ship to go around. We'll say we're looking for. This device is looking for any mysterious technology that's sunk into the dock.
Well, I mean, alternatively, we could just wait until you guys finish with that. That way, if we know that there's a distinction, we could just pick that one.
That too.
Okay, so you're going to find a boat to traverse.
Yeah, just a very small ship. Just
Oh.
we can...
You do find, not too hard because I'm using passives here because Whistle's really good at spawn things, and you also have a bird eye view. You see looks to be a youngest looking human on a small like almost rowboat like size ship. It's very small, but it's still sizable that can carry a little bit of cargo. And they seem to be just unloading a bit of an early stage cats.
Oh, there we go. There's a possible ship.
That would work.
Yeah.
But you want me to do a talking whistle, or do you want to do a talking?
Yeah, it's probably better if you do.
Okay. Vero approach.
So as you approach, you notice this sunburnt, reddish-haired, scruffy-haired young lad with the clothes. It takes you aback for a second because they look that of noble-like clothes, but they're like parts of it has been removed and it's become a lot more rugged and run down. So it looks like a cross of what if a noble person had to do a dirty day's work is kind of the vibe of the outfit.
Okay.
And you approach. And you can smell the fish as you get close.
Excuse me. Pardon me, sir?
Yes. I paid all the fees that there should be covered. I was told I have a year's worth of paid as part of the agreement that was settled.
Oh, no. I'm not here. I'm part of the dock.
Oh, okay. Phew.
Right here.
Okay, he almost gave me a heart attack. In here, I thought that my father was lying about that. Whew. What brings you here? I don't recognize you. Were you a friend of my father's?
I don't believe I know your father, no, but I'm actually here because here part of Dark Recovery.
Pardon?
Yeah, there's some the dockside recovery. Some cargo had fallen into a ship, and we needed to charter a ship real quick to investigate.
Okay, sure. I can help you out. I just unloaded my stash here, so I mean, yeah. If it's not going to take too long, I can ferry you to the cargo.
Yeah, it had fallen right off. Like, how far off from the two ships are we? Like, far, or?
It wouldn't take you that long by boat.
Well, no, like, are we close by? Like, I just want.
You're closest. I would say you're like a few dock piers down. You're in like the smaller pier area for like a smaller vessel that doesn't need to be as high up because it's lower to the it's closer to the water. So
yeah, Vera's gonna point over to
the giant ships. Well,
I'm just gonna say, we believe it may have fallen off one of those two ships.
Do you think my vessel will be big enough? I mean, those ships carry pretty big cargo.
Oh, we're just trying to locate it. We don't need you to dredge it up.
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that way we can get a proper ship in, and you know the whole deal. Get some hoist.
He kind of gives you both kind of a look up and down because neither of you look like divers of any sorts. You are in fully clothed. One of you in armor. So he just kind of gives you a weird look, but this like kind of nods and starts to prepares the ship.
All right.
And yeah, he starts sailing towards the boats.
We appreciate your assistance, Mr.
Yeah,
Mr.
we can catch your name.
You can just call me Jack.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Jack. My name is Vera.
And
Nice.
I am Whistle. Pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure. I mean, I figured it's the least I could do. I mean, everyone's been super nice as I've been becoming accustomed to this place. I'm not used to the waters as much, but over time I've gotten better at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't... no offense, meaning with this, but you don't look like the normal dock workers.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really, but you know, I'm trying to honor my father a bit. You know, he used to be a really well-known fisherman, and you know, it's been years since he was a fisherman, but like, he gave me this boat, and you know, so I suppose you know he wants me to pick up the trade, and I'm doing okay.
Yeah. No one's gonna become a master fisherman in a day.
Of course.
So, but you seem like you're doing a good job. So,
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So like, do you need like me to like anchor down, or do you just like what? How are you going to locate this?
just approach each side of the ship, each side that's not on the dock side, of course. We believe it fell off overboard for one of them, missing cargo. You know how it is.
Yeah. Do you know if it was on at the foredeck or the
I don't know off the top of my head.
half? Thank you. I was like, I know names of the boat sides.
Well, it's starboard and port.
Starboard and port, right? Yeah. But there's also
the tricky part.
Yeah.
The tricky part, Jack, is that you know, as I'm sure you might be aware, the terrain beneath the water is not exactly level. So even if it did fall off, you know, the aft bow, there's nothing saying it couldn't have rolled further out towards the depths. So really, it's more helpful for us to know which ship it might have fallen off of than where on the ship it had fallen off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Having been underwater herself recently, she is able to say this very confidently.
Okay, and it doesn't take you long to start approaching it. Do you do anything to kind of try to mask yourselves from sight, like, or do you just like try to act normal? Like, how do you guys present yourselves as you approach these giant vessels?
Probably approach the same way we've been approaching with Jack. Just pretend we're the dock worker, we're like dock assistants or whatever, looking for lost cargo.
Yeah, Whistle's gonna watch the water. Or at least she's gonna look like she's watching the water. What she's really doing is watching from above using squeaks.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Vera pulls out the detector.
Oh, that's a weird looking device. I haven't seen that around. Is that a new thing to detect cargo?
Yeah, made by the Artificer Guild, you know.
Oh, okay. And
It's in its beta testing.
Yeah.
He occasionally loses focus a little bit and has to quickly adjust before like the ropes begin to loosen a little bit, and he has to like tighten the grip a bit, and he begins to do his thing with the getting close.
All right, turning on the detector to see if what picks up. I'm assuming approaching like either like one of the ships. So.
Okay. You will. It would be the. The Hellraiser is the first one. That would be the closest one. Because you would be heading westward from the east, so yeah.
Okay, so Hellraiser. What are we picking up? Picking up anything?
So on the double check in my notes here. So on the starboard is the front, right?
No, starboard
No.
is the
Starboard
right
is-
side.
Right.
Yeah,
What's
it's
the
the side
what's
that's
the
not on the
front?
port.
What's the fucking front?
The bow.
Bow.
The bow. Thank you. I used to know ships really well. I promise you guys.
You've got the bow, stern, starboard,
Right,
and
right,
port.
right. So the bow. I'm just gonna say. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say the front of the ship. It goes to whirly whirls. However, as you circle back into the back of the ship, it starts to whirl even faster and harder.
Okay.
Do you go to the next ship, or do you just?
We'll go to the next ship just to make sure.
Okay.
I just want to make sure, because
All right. Let me make a roll real quick. I can't. You make it to the other ship without much issue, luckily, as he's a decent sailor. And yeah, again, front of the ship, it goes off, whirling, but then as you approach to the back of the ship, it goes off a little bit faster.
God damn it. Alright, well, Well, Vero signals to Jack. It looks like it's somewhere around here. If you can circle us back, I think we're all set here.
Oh, okay. So he heads you back. Were you able to find the cargo?
We got a good idea of where it is now. We can, once those ships are clear, we'll be able to bring in a ship to possibly bring it out, but you
Okay.
can never tell, you know.
Well, I'm glad to have been of service. And
Yeah, no, I
he docks
appreciate
and
Vero, give him, she'll give him like fucking 4 silver.
okay. Oh,
For
you
the
didn't
trouble.
have to, but thank you.
We
No,
appreciate your help, Jack.
Yeah,
Okay.
you use that. You can maybe use that to get yourself something nice to drink. You did a lot of hard work today.
Okay. So in the meantime, Vori and Snakebite, are you doing anything? Do you approach the ships well, or do you just wait?
I'd just be waiting.
Okay.
I'd be keeping an eye out just in case something walks off the ship.
Yeah, same.
Nothing out of the ordinary comes off the ship. Like, it looks like normal dock worker situation. You know, nothing suspiciously is happening. You don't see all of a sudden a
A robot.
dinosaur come out of the ship or anything like that. You know, it's just, dock workers and whatnot. And you do get a sense that there are some performer looking individuals that seem to be popping off the ship.
Oh, we did say we were told there was like a carnival kind of thing coming through.
Mhm.
Well, I'll look.
I'll make a perception roll, both of you.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Hey!
So a
Hey.
17, because you're exhausted.
Alright.
You hear
That's right.
faint sounds of animal noises coming from the... And it's very hard to make out anything. That roll is barely enough to make out that there's some animal sounds coming from what looks to be the Heartbreaker.
So Snakebite, if we're... What was that?
So it sounds like they've got animals over on the Heartbreaker.
Oh. Interesting. Well, if we're gonna go through this inspection route thing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the new trainee.
Yeah, you're the muscle.
Well, I'm the probie because you're teaching me on like how to do this.
Yeah. But you're also mostly the muscle, and I'm the brain.
Aren't I smarter than you?
What's your intelligence?
12.
Mine is 8. Yeah, mine's 8. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Aren't you stronger than I am?
What's your strength?
14.
So,
Anyway,
It appears.
yeah.
do you go now, or you wait for your allies? Because that takes about at least.
We're waiting for that.
All right, that takes
We're
about
gonna see if,
10,
like-
20 minutes, I'll say.
If we see them out there, we'll see if they give us a signal to approach a ship.
I'll roll back. Do you guys like try to single your friends in any shape or form?
If they're looking for a signal, Veritas shakes her head. Trying to give 'em a
No,
sign,
not
like-
with their rolls. They're not gonna be able to spot you.
Yeah.
You're a tiny ass ship. There's these giant galleons in the way. Where they're positioned, they would not be able to spot you.
Yeah.
You would have to either use a spell or some form of messenger.
Yeah. They can wait until we get back.
Okay.
So you said you heard animals. Could you tell which type of animals those were?
With
Yeah,
your roll, you
was able-
definitely could. No, your roll was just enough to be able to figure out there sounds like animals.
Afraid not. I'm afraid not there.
All right, it was worth a shot. And you said that's coming. You said it was coming from the Heartbreaker. Or the
Yes.
Hellraid.
Yes, the Heartbreaker. Oh, you don't like animals?
No, I do. That's the problem.
Ah.
Yeah.
But-
My vote may be changed to go into the Heartbreaker first. Whistles may change to that too once we tell her that you were hearing animals.
I mean, I feel like I'm missing something.
During this discussion, you guys would run into each other again.
Okay.
Also, I did make sure to, because after their little fiasco in the sewers last night, I did pick a spell up today that maybe can help keep things quiet.
You get past without a trace?
No, I have silence.
The opposite of what you did.
Exactly.
But as we're talking, me and Whistle approaching.
Yep.
Okay.
You would hear
Uh,
the talk of animals with your passive perception whistle.
Did I hear something about animals?
Yeah, apparently Snakebite was hearing animals on the Heartbreaker.
Oh. I mean, that's awfully generic.
Yeah, can't really make out what kind they are, unfortunately.
Huh. Okay. Well, we have some information.
Oh,
Not good information. But let me check something real quick. So,
Yeah.
with the dock, are there buildings behind where the ships are docked?
I mean, yeah, there's some like buildings. Like there's a lot. The closest buildings are like the place where like the dock master would be, kind of thing. So they're not like massive in size or anything like that.
Okay, but if I
Maybe a
approach
few
these
like
buildings,
small like motel like structures for like dock work, like people who live in the docks to kind of like crash kind of thing.
if I approach these buildings and squeeze the trigger, how fast is the thing going off?
Not as fast as when you were closer to the ships.
God damn it. Of course. Alright, well, good news and bad news at the same time. We're getting the reading on both ships. Specifically the stern of both ships.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a thought. Because we know Nim made this thing, correct?
Yeah.
What if this thing made itself a friend as well?
Then we'll have double trouble. And have to explain to the Artificer Guild why there are 2 robots running around.
That's something I would choose not to mention to them.
Hold on. Vera's gonna look over. Do I see the Heartbreaker, like the performers coming on and off the ship, or?
There's people. I'll make a perception check.
Okay.
I have a question when you have a second, Lynx.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. I mean, there's dock workers. There's what looks to be sailors, and yeah, performers coming in and off the ship. They're not like constant, but you like if you spend like a half an hour observing, you would notice that there are people coming on and off of the ship.
Recognize sort of like a pattern of them.
There's it's no pattern. It's just random. Occasionally, it's a sailor comes on.
Like a pattern of like okay, like how many dock workers, how many sailors, how many performers are coming in and off. If I recognize
you recognize there's a mixture of them.
Okay.
The biggest thing to point out is like they seem to like come off and then they a little bit later either they come back or they may be swapping ships occasionally. Not many of them leave the pier though.
Okay.
Hey, Lynx,
Yes?
what's the clearance between the bottom of the boardwalk and the water surface?
Okay. This is just going to be a lot of bullshit. The ramp leads to the top of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
The sailing ship is a thick boy, as we saw from the picture.
Mm-hmm.
So if we use the picture as a way to imagine.
Oh, it's not the gangplank. Like the actual like pier itself.
Like
What that's what I'm trying to
to the
say
water.
is I would imagine that like the ramp goes down probably half of the ship, and then there's a bit of a leeway with it. Like so half of the ship size is above the water from where you are in that pier. It's a raised pier, I would imagine. They don't specify anything here, so this is just me bullshitting my way through as a DM.
Okay, I was just asking to make sure there was room for this. I'm just gonna have Squeak do a flyby under the pier to make sure that like we're not taking all these readings like directly above the nimble right or something.
The nimble rider, what?
We're looking for the nimble right, and I wanted to just
sorry.
make sure that we weren't-
So you do a flyby, make a with advantage because we can do that. Are you looking through their eyes, or are you letting them do the thing and report
No,
back?
I'm looking through his eyes.
Okay, so you can use your perception then. But you gain advantage because their eyes are more honed. All right.
Right.
So what describes in very specifically what you're looking for, so I know what to evaluate this really high roll for.
So Whistle is using Squeak to look for either the specific presence of or some place that could hide a creature like what we're looking for. Basically, she's just trying to make sure that since we got the
So
same
you're going
sort of
around the
reading-
ships, basically flying around, seeing if there's anything of note.
No, going under the dock is what she's checking. She's trying to make sure that
Specifically
the
the
reason we got
dock,
the same...
not the ship, the dock.
Yes, because she wants to make sure that after getting the same reading towards the back of both ships, that we're not like, all the readings aren't just coming from directly under the pier.
Okay. No. The
Okay.
docks look like docks. The waves are hitting them. Nothing's out of nowhere. However, with that roll, upon doing your flyby, you do notice the figureheads on each of the ships. What appear to be gilded wooden figureheads of what looks to be female elves with flowing hair that sticks out from the ship's prow,
Oh.
reaching
that's-
forth with both hands.
Well, that's pretty. Okay.
What do your owl's eye see?
Well, there's nothing under the deck here.
That's good to know.
But also I noticed that the figureheads on the ships are basically the same. Like I think they're sister ships.
There's also something else about the figureheads that gives a pause, but you can't notice it 100% from just a flyby. But there is something
Okay.
something else that you get a feeling from them is the best way to describe.
Okay, she's going to tell Squeak to stay close to the water surface and circle around towards the front of the ship, and then bank up so he can get a better look at the figureheads.
Okay. Just make one more straight perception roll just to add on to this perception. Okay, perfect. All right. Something that you notice on the forehead of these elves is what looks to be a symbol. And I'm going to DM you it.
Okay. I've been playing so much 40k recently that I half expected you to send me a chaos. That's the 40k chaos symbol. All right, noted.
I'll use the
Whistle
exact
sort of-
wording.
Right. Whistle sort of blinks and frowns a little bit as she comes back to herself. Rubs her chin a little bit. Well, that's an awfully strange detail.
What?
You okay?
Oh, no, I'm fine. And she'll beckon the others in closer so that to reduce the risk of being like actively overheard.
It's busy enough where you don't think that it would be that hard to mask yourself.
Okay. Whistle murmurs, "It looks like there's a tiny little embossed spider on each of the figureheads' foreheads."
A spider. Why does that sound familiar?
Tiny little spider. Running through my knowledge of various different insignias, does that sound familiar to me?
Make a history check. The DC is going to be pretty high.
16.
Spiders can mean a lot of things. It's
Yeah, it ties to any specific criminal organizations or whatever. Is what I'm
nothing that
specifically looking
you
for.
know about from your knowledge of Waterdeep.
Oh,
Doesn't ring any bells.
And let me just double check to make sure I didn't just speak out my ass there, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
emblem of spiders. Did I run into a game that has emblem for spiders or no? Am I misremembering something?
Sorry, what?
I said, I'm trying to remember because I don't remember if any of the gangs that we've run into so far have had spiders on them.
No.
Like
No.
tattooed.
From your recollection, no.
I DM'd you a quick question, Lynx.
Well,
That would require rolls.
Okay. I don't remember what we've got.
And considering your background and everything, it's gonna be a pretty high DC.
Meh. No, that's okay. I think looking back over what I've got on sheet, I don't think it's necessarily something Whistle would have heard of, even if it is a pretty reasonable connection.
Yeah, I would say your character, Whistle, no, it wouldn't.
Okay, that's fair.
I see where your head is at.
okay. Well, I could think of a couple of things we can do. We can either wait until there's nobody on the ships and investigate them, or there's the option of me, doing the thing and sneaking onto one of the ships.
I am not the stealthiest of persons.
Well, hold on. There may be a less invasive way to get our answer. If these are responding to what we've been given to look for particular creatures, and we know that there is some performing organization in town that does use them during their performances, why don't we just go ask the Artificers Guild if these are the guys that they hooked up with those guys? Like, maybe we know what's there. We just have to ask to make sure.
I mean, the detector is specifically linked up to the sense the other robot guy, right?
That
I don't know.
as well as no,
we
yeah,
just know it will work to find him, not if it'll work to find anybody else. It's already marking more than one location.
You also don't know if it actually works properly.
Also, the range of that may be only telling us if it's within a certain amount of feet, no matter what. And that's why it's spinning. Like, there may be a minimum distance that it will tell us when it's not going to be 100% accurate.
We could test that. Like, we could just go on shore about 400 feet and away from each boat and see.
I think Vera did that and walked towards, like, one of the buildings, and then it slowed down. But when you get close to the ships, because it's such a tighter area, it was like, hey, it's in this area, and this is as close as we're going to be able to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of worrying and frustrating me at the same time.
Yeah, I think we may just have to just bite the bullet and just do both of these.
I can get on one.
Hold on.
Enough.
Hold on.
Need it.
I have an idea.
What's the line again?
Whistle's gonna hold her hand out so Squeak can land on her hand, and she's gonna ask Squeak telepathically, okay, so I know that the spell that helps you come over here could let you use a different form. Would that bother you if I made you into something that might be more comfortable running around on a ship? Or would that be weird for you?
So what are you trying to do?
She's asking Squeak if he would mind being turned into a different animal for a little while.
I mean, you have complete control of that.
I do, but she's asking him if he cares.
Squeak just kind of looks at you, doesn't really respond to the question, just kind of just looks at you,
Okay,
tilting its head.
As long as he's not super concerned. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So you know what ships have lots and lots and lots of? Rats. Ships have tons of rats. So
Unless they have a cat.
some ships have cats, but cats are more notable. Like people will know which cat is on their ship. But the rats on the ship are far less identifiable. So one rat more or less doesn't really draw as much attention.
Okay.
So she wants to scurry off for 10 minutes, recast Find Familiar to help him take the form of a rat instead, and then help him get onto. Oh, that's silly. Why don't rats have a swim? Rats can talk. Well, I guess they can still swim.
Well, they swim. They just don't. They just half movement.
Right. Yeah. So she's going to help him turn into a rat, and then she's gonna have him go check out one of the ships to start with.
Which one?
Back in the stern, so they can get a peek inside without being terribly, terribly noticeable.
Okay. So. There we go. You should have ownership of the rat.
I'm looking for it.
Over here.
I don't see it. I don't have sight.
I'll temporarily put you on the.
Put Squeak there.
I guess.
You know
Well, just because they're dark fit. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
No. Also, so I still see. There we go. Now I can see some stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Open.
Okay. So. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this real quick. Can you all see Squeak now?
No.
I can't see Squeak. I see a bunch of white arrows dotted around everywhere.
Yeah, that's about all I see too.
All right. How about now?
Still no.
No.
I mean, where would we be looking? Like, right there? Yeah,
I made you all owners of it.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
Fine.
just head to the loading screen if you want to watch it, I guess. This is just going to be theater of mind for you to be narrated. Then I'll be describing everything anyways, so it's not the end of the world. All right. So as you approach, you're able to sneak up onto the ramp, onto the deck of the ship without much issue, as nobody seems to pay much mind to you. It's busy.
Yeah.
Upon getting up to the top, you see what looks to be about 3 sailors. Oh, I noticed. I just realized I forgot to change that one.
Just real quick, if you guys click on and off the map real quick, like go Troll Skull Manor and then back to Eye Catcher, you'll be able to see it.
Okay, how about I'll just force everybody off and then reload it then?
Mine was already loaded, but
Same.
Hey. No, I see it.
Alright, there we go. So, either way, you see what looks to be 3 sailors that seem to be on the deck at the moment, with one crewmate looking a bit different than the others, but they all appear to be various humans of various gender. Actually, no, they're all male. There's no females on, at least on the top here, of various looks. But they all appear to be in sailor outfits, with one of them seeming to have like a coat attached to theirs, which is the one over here.
Gotcha. So first priority is to get off of the that's to do. Is to get off the deck. So Squeak.
Okay.
Whistle's going to have Squeak is more.
So I'll need you to make a stealth roll, because now that you're on the ship, just to see. Using the stats of a rat.
Okay. Well, that's pretty easy.
Which is literally it's a flat roll.
Yep.
You
the flattest of flat rolls.
You are literally average. Well, they know there's a rat, but they don't care too much about the rat.
Right.
But you do know that they will observe you, so you know that they kind of, so if you get too close, they might do something. But
right. No, which is exactly what the rat is not going to do. The rat is going to scurry straight along the banister.
oh, which ship did you say you get on? It was the Hellbreaker or the heart? I mean the Heartbreaker.
Having any particular reason to do one over the other.
Okay, so you're currently on the Heartbreaker, I would say, because it's on the ramp.
Yep. Okay, and then the rat's just gonna like immediately scurry along the edge of the railing. You know, like rats do to stay out of sight and get out of harm's way ASAP, and immediately beeline for the stairs going down.
Okay, it's on pause, so you can move it.
Okay.
So you're saying that you're going to up the staircase or down the staircase?
Down. I'm trying to get out of the open, you know, because rats would not want to sit around in the open. So going down.
Okay. So heading down the staircase would lead you to... Where would that lead you? Okay, so J9. Okay, so that would be...
It's a one-page choose your own adventure.
Yeah, main deck, J1. The aft is castle lower deck, which is the J9. Okay, so where is J9?
Hiding from you.
There we go. Okay, so you will be over here.
Okay.
I thank you for being since you see what looks to be two sailors.
All right, we are sticking to the wall like before and just scurrying straight down further into the ship. This is towards the stern of the ship, right? I just realized I didn't take a side. I mean, I can just go to the other end if I need to, but I can't see the whole of the ship in these images. So
yeah. So this
will. This is broader than this end. So I think that I'm going the way I want.
Yes. This is going down. Cause yeah.
Okay, cool. That's all I needed to know.
Yeah, because that's what you told me is the direction you were going to. Okay, so you do know that. So you're just going down deeper.
Yeah.
Okay. So that goes down into the cargo hold. Okay. Then I'll move you.
Okay. Ratty gonna rat.
All right. I think I'm doing this the right way, but I could be completely wrong. But yeah. Yeah.
What are
So.
we peeking at here?
So you come down the stairs to what looks to be a bunch of creature pens.
Oh.
What looks to be you this place reeks of animal musk and waste.
Yeah.
They are currently some of them are empty actually. So some of these would be empty as this is during the day, so some of them have been unloaded. However, you see what to be two handlers that seem to be walking, carrying buckets of food and speaking softly to the creatures.
Nice.
Yeah. Each of the so you get a sense that these are animals for the carnival.
Okay.
Mhm.
That makes sense. Well, that answers my questions about this. chunk,
Yeah.
at least as
Make
far
a
as I know.
perception roll. Actually, no, make a nature roll.
Okay.
You're looking through the eyes of the rat, right?
Yes.
So you get to use your stats for this.
Okay. I have a 16.
Okay. So you pick up that what looks to be some apes. There's a panthers. There's even an owl bear, it looks like, in one of the places. As well as a few beetles that seem to glow.
Oh, okay.
As well as other pens that look like there would be other animals in them.
Gotcha. Okay. We are going to scurry back over this way, leaving them to their business and not walking into the hallway full of things that want to eat Squeak. And we are going to go down another level.
Okay, dokie. That leads down to this one. It would be, I guess technically, you're at the deepest parts. So, I think, yeah, because that would lead up to this one. Well, actually, no, that one doesn't have. Oh, okay. You'd be over here.
Okay.
There's a lot of verticality with this place. And then here, you will notice. Nope, never mind. That's not part of the Heartbreaker. So I guess this was the right area to go down.
Okay. I mean, that's fine too.
I mean, based on the numbers, that's what makes sense. Although, I don't know. There's no arrows pointing the stairs, so you're at the lowest part. But yeah. Okay. But you come down to here.
Okay. Russell will pause there with Squeak and see if they can. What they're trying to listen for are the sound of either gears or steam, since that's she knows what Nim sounds like.
Make a perception roll.
Okay. I think we are.
You can use your stats for this because you're looking through them.
Okay.
Actually, I guess I should change the music to suspense music for this. Okay. You don't hear any gears or anything like that, but you do what sounds like two individuals near the front of the ship on this level.
Oh, okay then.
Do you want to reattempt stealth, or are you just going with the flow?
Yeah, we'll try to be. We'll try to be stealthy.
Okay.
I mean, it's a rat, right? It is not unusual for a rat to be trying to be sneaky.
Yeah.
So.
This is less to be like completely hidden and this to not be so brazen about stuff. Okay, better.
Nice.
Okay. Move your character where you want. So you come into view what looks to be two humans with like hats covering their eyes, and they each seem to be polishing what looks to be something similar to what you saw Farah have earlier.
Oh.
Now they do not notice you, as they seem to be busy cleaning their guns.
Okay. Oh, that's rather advanced. Well, I guess I was getting shot by one. So I'm not entirely familiar. Okay. They don't seem to be. Are they talking to each other, or just sort of?
They're kind of doing their own world. You hear. You don't. You. If I remember correctly, you do speak this language, but let me just double check.
If it's not Gnomish, I probably don't.
You have other languages, right?
I don't think so.
Then yeah, you would not understand what they're saying.
That
You
is-
should have just went with it,
wait a
dude.
minute. Whistle will just cast when she hears the language that she can't understand, she'll just cast crap.
It's not
comprehend
how-
languages.
That's not how it works.
What do you mean that's not how it works?
You're casting it on your. Okay. Post the spell real quick, because if I just want to double check, because for Grayson, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear. I guess because you are technically.
Listening.
Yeah, I'm using his senses to listen.
Yeah, you're
myself.
using their senses. So yeah, you are casting comprehend languages. And then okay, yeah. So no, that would work. You hear this the thing you pick up is like looks like the boss's plans are moving accordingly. Things are starting to pick up.
Whistle rubs her chin in real life and nods as if she has any idea what that means.
So you'd see this Whistle nodding.
You getting something there, Wes?
She
You would not be able to hear
I can't hear
at the moment. Yeah.
My senses are with. What I can do though is, even though I can't hear, what Whistle will say quietly is,
You're
Yeah,
not
I can hear
able to decipher what the language is, though. You just can understand it,
oh,
right?
that's true. Yeah, I have no idea what the language actually is. I just know what they're saying. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll stick around for a second to see if they're going to get any more specific.
I will say you can pick up that most of it becomes just random banter that doesn't seem prevalent.
Relevant. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we will scamper back up. Now it is just to make sure I understand correctly. It is weird to have like heavily armed soldiers just sort of hanging out on a ship full of what are ostensibly performers, right?
Well, you can imagine that pirates are a thing, and it does make sense that some people would be there for protection.
Right.
Guards are a thing.
That's true. Do they have any indication of that spider emblem on them?
Nope.
Okay.
They look like sailor outfits. These ones have more of a trench coat, think like a gunslinger kind of outfit to them. But no, there is no distinguishing marks on them.
Okie dokie. All right, we're gonna start scampering back upstairs. Basically, just stopping near each of the people that I saw to see if I can catch any interesting tidbits on the way back out.
Well, the
Yeah,
handlers don't really say anything. They seem to just be talking to the animals, coaxing and whatnot.
Okay.
You come up to here. Make a perception roll real quick.
Sure. Oh, I rolled that.
You hear noises.
Yep. Makes sense. There are noises on a ship.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like it's a little, it's still pretty
No,
busy.
that's fine. Oh yeah, no, I totally understand. And unlike normal squeak, rat squeak does not have improved senses. What we are going to do is rat is going to scurry behind the mast, and then poof, because whistle is going to use the find familiar action to temporarily dismiss squeak to a pocket dimension and then bring him back next to them.
Okay.
Just to spare him having to, like, a rat coming on the ship, that's pretty understandable. A rat walking down the gangplank, that's a little
So,
weird.
you're trying to hide, like, go into a corner and then do it, obviously, so it's not as obvious.
Yeah, like, she's not going to like bring Squeak back in the middle of like the gangplank or the street or anything.
Okay.
She'll just like you duck into a corner, bring Squeak back, pop him into a pocket, and then come back over.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do that.
Okay. She rubs her chin a little bit and states, "So, I checked everywhere I could. It looks like they're just part of a carnival. They've got a whole bunch of animals below deck, which you guys could hear them, so that's not surprising at all. They had some sort of some mercenary / guard type people with more of those weird, stupid pipes on the bottom level. They're speaking some kind of a language. I don't know what the language was.
You did pick up an accent. I would say that the accent would still power through.
Oh, okay. Is it an accent I can put a name to?
No, there was an accent.
Okay,
Like they had, it was
okay.
like somebody speaking like English, but with an accent. Kind of is how it comes across.
That makes sense. I might be able to recognize, the language if so, or at least the accent that was being used. But I've never heard it before. But yeah, I didn't see any particular evidence of automatons. Now we know it's responding to something, but I mean, I didn't see a whole lot. But it does track that this is one of the carnival ships. So maybe that's just maybe we're just picking up the ones that we know they use.
It is a little unusual that they'd have armed guards on a carnival ship.
Security.
I mean, they had some pretty valuable animals on board. I would not be surprised if they would be relatively popular pirate targets. When they're actually out at sea. Like, remember, these guys were just hanging out down in the bunks. It looked like they weren't really doing a whole lot. So they might basically be off duty.
Okay. Well.
Were they like trained animals, or were they just being kept around?
It looked like circus animals. I mean, like they had some big monkeys, and they had an owl bear, man. Like they had they had some beetles that were sort of glowy. That was kind of cool.
That is actually, that's kind of cool.
But yeah, like basically just a whole bunch of like showy animals, the kinds you'd find at a circus. I didn't really want to go over and take a closer look because, I mean, like panthers and owlbears and stuff, those eat rats, and I didn't want to feed them Squeak.
Wouldn't have been a filling meal for them anyway.
No, it would not.
Well,
that's what I could find out. If we want any more information than that, I mean, I can tell you that there's definitely sailors on board. There's a couple of attendants for the animals, and like I said, the pipe people on the bottom level. But that's all that I could really pick up. You can only do so much with the rat.
That's fair.
yeah.
Now, if there had been a restaurant, then maybe I could have done some real work.
I'm sure you could have.
Did you check the other ship?
Not yet.
Wait. Do we want to check the other ship? I'm assuming yeah, but
Well, you didn't see anything in like the cargo holds all the way at the bottom.
No, like I said, they mostly just seem to have a bunch of animals and then berths for people.
Hmm.
I could definitely check the other one. But like I said, they seem very much like sister ships. I don't know exactly what we're going to find out. We may have an easier time trying to check the area a little when it's a little bit, less crowded, and maybe see if he maybe snuck out and might be in a different location.
so
Because as is, even if he is in one of those holds, we don't really have a legitimate reason to demand access to the ship.
Hello there.
So I think, while it's still
Random
daytime,
security measures.
I mean, look, like you can bluff however you want, but we don't really have any official reason to say we need to be on your ship that would check out with
There's a
anybody
potential
else.
criminal I'd say having a potential criminal stowing away on your ship without your knowledge. Without your knowledge is a pretty damn good reason.
Whistle steeples her fingers for a moment. Okay, let me just run this back for you. You want to go to a ship full of sailors and tell them, "Hey guys, we're concerned there might be a criminal somewhere amongst your midst."
Yes.
Do you think that's gonna go over super well?
Everyone will be on their best behavior.
Feel like
Because we saved one from the city that is trying to get away and thought this ship might have been a good cover for them. While we are investigating the hold, you guys could talk to the crew, see if they've seen anyone.
I guess, like, I don't know. It feels weird that we feel the need to lie everywhere we go. Like, we could always just go
It isn't
back
necessarily a lie per se. I mean, this
that
thing is a criminal and it's trying to get away.
You don't know he's a criminal. Like, we don't
Blew
know
up
it's
a
the same.
building.
You think that's who did it. We don't
Based
know
on the
it's the same
descriptions
person.
we've been given of it, it kind of fits, Whistle.
Whistle just shakes her head. What we have been given is the generic description that fits all of the people like Nim.
Of the two?
Which, not just the two. There's clearly more than that, since the device we were given to help find him is picking up on all of the automatons that are working with the festival. Like, it is just as possible that somebody sent one of the puppets to throw one of those beads at the target, as it is that within a few days of coming to life, Nim's child suddenly got its hands on magical items and murderous impulses and decided to blow somebody up. Like, as it is, it feels like what you guys are doing is you are aware of exactly two specific individuals within this category of people, and since you know where one is, you're just assuming the other one did this thing because he happens to look like the description we got, and not like it was.
So it's kind of all we really have to go off at the moment.
We don't want to think it is Nim's protege, but we were also hired to track this thing down. And if we don't do it, and at least we have control of what happens to it,
And somebody else who cares a lot less will.
I wasn't saying we should do nothing. I just think that we should probably try to take avenues that aren't, inherently deceitful. We could just go to the Artificers Guild and confirm whether or not the Heartbreaker and Hellraiser are part of the group that they built the other automatons for. Like, we can go and ask them. They're the ones who want us to do this. That's information they'd be invested in providing.
You're not wrong, Whistle. It's just I just
There's a lot more gray area in the world.
Maybe there is, but you don't have to seek it out.
is there any links? That's a question. Is there anything I can do to make the device more accurate, or is it just like
Do you try to? Are you asking to try to tinker with it?
tinker with it, tune it, anything I can
Yeah.
do?
Sure, you have tinkerer tools.
We really need accuracy on this thing.
What do you need?
You tinkerer's tools then.
All right, my intelligence.
You have no clue what this device is capable of fully. You have some base understanding. Make a tinkerer's tool one with intelligence. With your proficiency.
Plus my proficiency, so +2, so 12.
12. It starts to spin wildly out of control for a second before its steam starts to puffer from it for a little bit. Before you quickly are able to adjust it back to the parameters before breaking. You luckily rolled high enough where you didn't break it.
I don't suppose the puffs of steam were a new indicator of proximity, was it?
I'm the look.
Vera's just not gonna say anything. You just see her very pissed off with this thing.
Very irritated.
So you guys are just chilling on the pier talking, by the way, or you got like? Guys, like that's why I'm taking it out from this. This whole time you're having a conversation just casually in the docks.
Well, I mean, why don't we at least like have a Squeak go check out the other ship first before we make our decision, because we need something to go off of. Because these are big ships, it's gonna take a while to search them. By the time we finish searching one, then our lead might have noticed we're looking around and got away.
The lead might have gone cold.
Yeah.
Suppose that's true. Okay, Squeak. We're gonna go for round 2.
Okay. So you get on board, similar sight as before. You see what looks to be a bunch of sailors on here. I didn't change the tokens around, but they would be in different positions as you would be approaching, like on this side.
Of course.
But yeah, you see the similar sailors on this deck, and they seem to be moving about. Make a stealth roll.
Okay.
Just imagine you like throwing a rat onto the ship.
You're not so bad at stealth that it looks suspicious, but you're also not so good at stealth that you're not unseen per se.
Right.
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah, like that's the best way to describe what's happening here. But you approach, and it's exactly what this is described as before. Similar looking situation.
Well, once more, Squeak will scurry along the side of the banister and go diving downstairs.
Okay, you make it down here yet again. Well, actually, you would technically be popping out on this side if you went down the stairs the way you did.
Right.
And yeah, you see just 2 sailors in this area. Which is above the deck.
This a wall or a banister?
This is a banister to see where you just were. You just went up the stairs.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So what you see is at the forecast, you see the site of the people on the main deck. And you can see what looks to be the lower deck and a bit of the upper deck as well on the other side.
Okay. Squeak's gonna run across basically go from over here, like scurry around the edge of it, and then head back up over here. So he can basically just like scurry around the edge and go down this.
Yeah. So you're on this side now. Yep. Which is the lower deck of the aft castle, what they
Yeah,
label it
and
as.
And like before, just sticking to that rodent, deliberation to be as far, as undercover as possible.
Do
So
you
going
make any
further
perception rolls or no?
we will go ahead and like once we hop down a step, so we're no longer in direct view. Then we'll stop and do a perception check.
All right, make a perception roll. Does rats have keen senses? Actually, is
They have for scent. They do.
Okay. Do you try to smell things, or do you just try to use your ears?
Oh, sniffing's a good idea. I should totally do that.
Well, you rolled really high. You do hear noises of gear shifting nearby.
Oh. Okay.
What appears to be coming beyond this door.
Gotcha. We're gonna do a little sniffing. Can we pick up like the scent of like machine oil and stuff like that?
Make another roll, as this is a different type of sense you're trying to use.
Okay. I do have keen senses for this one. Oh, I have been abandoned.
It's hard to say. You're not familiar with that kind of scent, and it's hard to pick up.
Okay. But I do. Okay, but that's still more information than I had before. We are still going to go further in just to.
So you're not going to inspect the door. You're going to go down the stairs.
Well, let's see. So are these guys looking like? What are these guys paying attention?
They seem to be doing their own thing, tending to the deck. One of them has a mop in hand, and the other one seems to be making sure that everything is in order. Specifically, making sure the anchor is proper and stuff. So one of them would be kind of like on this side here, and the other one's mopping.
Okay. Well, then we'll scoot around here, check to see how well fitted the door is, to see if there's room to like try to squeeze.
The doors are just made of wood, and they seem to be simple.
Okay. Rats don't need a whole lot of space to squeeze.
No, you would be able to squeeze under this, I would say.
Okay. Then we will do exactly that.
All right, just brazenly, or you try to be stealthy about it?
We're trying to be stealthy, like poke the nose through first, take a quick look, see if anything's paying attention to the
make
door.
a stealth roll, or we'll make a perception roll if you're trying to see if you hear anything.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look first.
It doesn't seem like you don't hear anything like crazy at the door. Like it doesn't seem like there's somebody actively at the door, and right. You hear some stuff happening. You hear an individual. I would say your conversation lasts. It's an hour for comprehend. It's an hour. So yeah, you would hear this person mumbling to themselves. You can't pick up words, but you do hear some mumbling.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and squeeze in and sort of like scurry over into this corner.
Okay. As you peer into this room, you see what looks to be stylish purple drapes that cover the large windows that look over to the harbor. And on one side of the pillar rests a comfortable bed. Its oak headboard carved to resemble that of a kraken, and a dining table surrounded with what looks to be 6 high-backed chairs that rest on the opposite side of this pillar. And other types of furnishing you see, it looks like a glass-doored cabinet that sells a bunch of books, what looks to be a wooden trunk that has a padlock on it, and a small writing deck. And what you do see at the table, eating a bit of a meal, is what looks to be a human individual in more elaborate clothing that gives you a hint that this might be somebody of higher importance on the ship. And the other figure you see looks to be a mechanical figure made of metal and with a bit of steam coming out of its mouth, as it seems to be just minding its business, posted against the wall, kind of keeping guard.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's interesting.
And you recognize this as a similar design to that of Nim.
Aha. Okay, that's useful information. Are they conversing, or is it just one dude eating, other dude on guard?
Guard and then person eaten.
Okay. Well, that is in fact the information that I needed. So Whistle is going to.
Oh, I forgot to ask you to make a stealth roll as you came in. So just make a quick stealth roll.
Yeah, just a quick stealth. Just one of those, you know. Oh,
Okay, yeah, you're good.
Job, Squeak.
You are good. I believe that beats their passive. So yeah.
Okay. Rather than give them something else to see before removing Squeak, she's just going to pop him into the little pocket dimension and pop him back out into her pocket again. And her eyes are just a little bit wide. She's like, oh, found him.
Oh,
Yeah. So, or at the very least, I found somebody who looks an awful lot like Nim, and in some fancy swashbuckler clothing, in the I guess it's the captain's quarters on the Hellraiser.
You're smart enough to kind of pick up on it. Was a very elaborate room.
Right. And so Whistle waves to sort of move away from the docks, just to get away from anybody who would care about what they're talking about, before she starts sharing any more information. They start plotting what to do next.
How are we gonna get on the ship then?
I mean, we've got me here. I mean, I could probably spin up some. I could probably do something. I mean, I am City Watch. I could probably say, hey, there's been a sudden increase in contraband. Your ship's been selected for a random search.
Wait, hold on. You are from the dock board, right? Or were you from the trades board?
Hang on. Let me pop back over to the map for a second. That one Raven fight. Where was that from? With the Raven dudes, where my character was introduced. Where was that exactly?
Oh, the Genkus, you mean?
Yeah, the Kenkus.
That was in the dock ward. Like this is where you were based.
Oh, yeah, this is my precinct. All right,
Yeah, this is your precinct.
I recognize some of these guys. All right. So yeah, this is my home precinct. I could probably shouldn't be that hard.
I'm assuming I've seen at least some like that kind of outfit a City Watch would wear here in the dock board, right? When we were basically held because they thought we were thieves.
What exactly are you looking for?
I'm trying to see if I know what a City Watch in the dock board would wear.
It's
stuff.
the same outfits. They don't have different outfits.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty standard issue. It's just
Yeah.
the difference is this is my home precinct, so my words might actually carry a bit more weight here.
Alright. I have an idea to help with that. Vera's gonna find a darker alley,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do a good old disguise self.
Okay. You make yourself look like a City Watch member. Do you try to change your appearance, or do you stay your tiefling self?
I'll try to change my appearance, look more probably more human and all that.
Okay.
Something like that. Something more recognizable for the area.
Okay, dokie. What race do you pick?
Let's go with half elf.
All right, you look like a half elf. Female, I assume.
Yep, female half elf.
All right, that is noted.
Wearing almost same attire as Snakebite, but slightly different. Just not big.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Snakebite is higher rank, so
Yeah, you have a basis, so you can easily make this without needing to make any rolls or anything.
While they're working out disguises, well, actually, how long does that? Hour?
It lasts an hour, but it takes an accent, so it's like 6 seconds. It's like snap of the finger.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would say like it takes a few minutes for Snakebite to kind of like give a little bit of tips about like how it should look. So
yeah, and like where exactly the ranking patch should go, what exactly it looks like.
Yeah.
What rank you would be.
So you have a
specifically.
moment. So you have a moment if you want to do something in this time.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So you got that disguise. So what's next?
Alright. Either way, Captain, we're investigating contraband.
Yes. All right. You said the Hellraiser was the one that had the automaton dude, right?
I did. Yeah. What's the
All right,
plan
well-
for leaving with him, though?
Pardon?
Well,
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay.
Okay, so you're heading to the ship.
Yep.
all right.
Alright. Let me get your tokens. Squeak is no longer.
Have to be a rat.
Yeah. Well, I'll use this as your guys' way to see this. Is everybody going, or is it just going to be the two people that look like guards?
Great question. Who else is coming with us?
Well, I was gonna go with you and say I was your
Okay.
trainee.
You can still do that.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I am a trainee.
Whistle, do you come along as like,
They step
Anything?
away.
Okay, well, I'll say for now that they are not with you, but if they do pop up, they pop up.
No, I'm back. Sorry. No,
What-
if it depends more on what they want to do. Like Whistle, if they want to pass Whistle off as part of the guard.
Yeah,
retinue.
these are our trainees. There's been an increase in like stowaways kind of running around, so we just want to look around.
Okay, so,
Stowaways and contraband and stuff.
well, let me get this ready here. All right, so you see this figure, what seems to look like he has like a short sword holstered, as well as what looks to be a crossbow on the other side, in a little bit more armored up. Let me just double check. It looks like studded leather outfit. I know the token looks a little bit more not, but studded leather. What seems to have a shield on his back, and he kind of approaches and it's like, what brings you here? And there's a bit of an
Evening.
accent as he speaks.
I assume you're the captain of this vessel, then.
No, I'm merely one of the sailors. I'm one of the deckhands. Do you wish to speak with the captain?
So I mean, I need to speak with someone. Your ship has been selected for a random search. There's been a sudden increase in stowaways trying to get in and get out, and people trying to smuggle in contraband. So we're just being cautious.
Yeah, understandable. And he kind of like snaps his fingers, and another one of the sailors that looks like a more normal sailor, like less armored up, but still has a bit of armor on them. More rugged clothes. Was there a notification of us being the city watch coming for an inspection? And the other one's like, no, I don't think so. That's odd. And then he just shoos the guy away, and best that you speak with the captain. Follow me.
All right.
And then as you guys walk, as the other two, Whistle and Forian, pop up, he's like, who are they?
These are our trainees. This is their first time out in the field. We decided to do something that should hopefully be very safe and standard as their first time out. Get their toes wet a little before we start sicking them out on the real stuff.
Make a deception check.
Alrighty. Come on. 18.
He's like,
Oh, 17.
yeah, that's fine. Oh, okay. Sure, I wasn't aware of. Okay. And he takes you down the stairs. Familiar sight for Whistle. As you guys go to the door, he'll knock. Oop. You know, you see the other sailors kind of part ways and kind of lets you go to the thin. He knocks. Captain, we have the city and Watts here for an inspection. And you hear some shuffling, and then you hear, very well, bring them in. And then you enter in. To the cabin. And I would imagine it would more or less be the two people that look
I'm
like
seeing
guards.
Two snake bites on my screen.
What do you mean?
I'm seeing 2 snake bite tokens on my screen. One over here and another one over here.
Well,
Is it faded? Is the second one faded out?
A little, yeah.
Then that's where you were last standing.
Yeah, and then the door shuts, and you hear the guy walk away. So, I heard that you are here for an inspection.
Yes.
What's the inspection for? I was not notified.
This is a very last minute. I literally just got the order in this morning. We're just searching for stowaways, contraband, etc. There's been a sudden increase in people using ships like ships like this one for trying to sneak in and out and sneak other things in and out, whether it be with or without your knowledge.
So you had to go through the entire ship, then, or is it selective areas that you need to go to?
We're primarily searching around the front area. We're primarily searching around this area, actually. Yeah, I see that the robot dude's sitting there, right?
Yep.
Whistle sort of turns and looks up at him while Snakebite is talking and
Yeah.
waves a little bit.
There's a better token for them.
Alrighty. Anyway, sort of takes a look around, looks at this guy. It's like, interesting metal man you've got there.
Yes. Our captain, head captain, picked these up on their travels, and they've been part of our crew ever since.
Do you know how long ago he picked these up?
It's been quite some time. I don't know. I couldn't say. It's about a year or so.
Insight check this real quick.
Sure.
Alright. That's a 5. That's a 5.
You cannot tell whether he's being truthful or not.
Alright.
He starts. You see him catch his words a few times, but it's hard to know if it's just him trying to remember or try to make a lie.
Alrighty. And that wizard dude dropped off that one-dot robot. That was about a year ago, or so ago, right? When the wizard dropped off that one robot at the temple.
They never said exactly how long ago it was.
All right.
It was a while ago, is what they
Yeah.
said.
Can I investigate the middleman? Like, take a look at him, see if he.
Well, investigating requires hands-on tutty-tuts.
Well, then, whatever the. But
Perception to look it over.
yeah, perception. Thank you.
Okay. I don't know, what exactly are you looking for, though?
Just seeing if it like it's like almost the exact copy of Nim or not.
Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty much like what you see as the token is pretty much what they look like. It's maybe the clothing is like more sailor-looking clothing, but like the metal looks very similar. You know, that has that beard effect.
Interesting. Do you have more? This is part of me, but do you have more of automatons like this one?
Forgive me, but is this relevant to the inspection of contraband? You said you're here to look for contraband.
Yes, I believe it's been rumored that people are using automatons like these to smuggle the contraband on and off the ship, because no one's going to question a robot, you know?
I don't quite understand. How do they use? Are you saying that like the robots carry, the automatons carry the contraband? It's no different than and if anything, that would make it more obvious. I mean, an automaton stands out a lot more than a lowly human.
But who's gonna ask an automaton to? Because you can't tell if an automaton is lying, can you?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, it's like
Persuasion. Well, that's 10.
I really don't think it's relevant to know. I highly doubt our automatons are going to be doing anything ill will. They're designed to be either performers, and when they're not, they're just here to be kind of housed as, you know, just not. I don't want to, not trophy. That's a cool way to put it. But when they're not performing, they are in a stasis like functionality.
Okay.
And like if you look over to the Nibelrite is not really doing anything. You do hear like the occasional noises of gear moving and stuff like that, but they're not
Alrighty.
actively
Does it have
moving.
any, like magical scorch marks on it or something?
Make a perception check.
Can I assist in that? Oh, advantage.
You can make your own perception roll.
Alright, I rolled 15.
As like if you try to help each other out while in front of this captain, it's gonna be really. But if you're each looking, it's different. You don't pick up any scorch marks on them.
Well. Alright. Well, as a question, have you seen anything suspicious around?
No, I can't say.
Okay.
We're just, our crew is just here to help transport, you know, the performers and such for the parades and all.
I gotcha. Well, Vera will just kind of nudge think like, well, if you do see anything suspicious, please let the city watch know. Well, we're gonna be keeping an eye out with these smugglers, you know.
Yeah.
should we do just a quick check over everything just to make sure down below everything's all right?
Oh, yes, of course.
If you'll allow us. Vera turns to the captain.
Yes. Yeah. Follow me.
Oh shit.
Room Looks like we lost somebody.
Whistle, I think, might be underneath me.
Oh, okay.
Like,
And you go down to the lower end deck, and you see that this is the. Let me get the description here. You come to what looks to be a cargo hold. These large grilled doors in the ceiling open to allow goods to be moved to and from this hold, using the cargo elevator, which is this. And you notice the when you're above, there looked to be like a similar placement. Yeah, and then there's crates of barrels stacked to the ceiling are tied down to ensure nothing is moved. And there's basically along the edges here, there'll be cargo that's not on the map. As you can see, this is where we keep hold of our stuff.
And they're just gonna like pretend like we're going over everything, making sure everything looks
Yeah.
shit.
Okay. Make an investigation roll as you're investigating the cargo hold, right?
yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna be walking around, giving this place a look over, seeing if there's anything that shouldn't be here.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, I'm not trying to pry into anything. Just
Here,
Whistle will give a much more high level overview look over things, looking more for anything generally suspicious rather than trying to dig in for specific details.
Alrighty. No.
So
Would mine be perception or investigation?
if you're being more observant and less like hands-on looking, then yeah, I could do
Yeah.
perception.
4.
She's gonna work together with Squeak and his excellent sniffer.
You said Squeak was with you on board. Didn't you say he was in the pocket dimension?
No, I said then I put him in my pocket.
Oh, my bad. I think I heard pocket and thought pocket dimension.
to pocket.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's where I'm right then. Sure. Do you pop Squeak out in front of this captain?
No. Squeak is just sniffing and relaying anything interesting he snoots up.
Okay, so you make a perception roll with his stats for his smell.
Okay. Rat.
I think it's with advantage because you're smelling.
Oh, no, that one was mine. I'm doing
Okay, that's yours. Okay.
And then his is flat but has advantage.
Wow.
Wow. All right. Nice job. Squeak.
Not 36, but either Squeak.
Right.
You can pick up. There's food in these containers,
Okay.
and there's water as well.
Awesome. Whistle nods knowingly.
Yes. And like he's like, as you can see, we mostly have food in here for the staff, as well as for on the other ship for the animals that we transfer for the parade. But that should be all in the manifests. And down to our south here, that's where a lot of the performers sleep. Some of them might be in their rooms, so most of them are probably out and about right now.
Please definitely check out his food storage, sir.
Pardon?
Oh, she was talking to Snakebite. She said, "These definitely check out his food storage."
Yeah, but he's gonna say pardon.
Oh, well, we're double checking to make sure everything's in order. And
Well, yeah, everything should be.
Nothing's been moved. Yes, we understand that you said everything should be, but like we said, we're just doing a cursory glance, and we were told to just verify with our superior if it was correct or if anything stood out to us.
Well, very well. Shall I escort you back out to the front deck?
If you can. Much appreciated.
Okay. Oops.
Suddenly, we're falling through open air.
Yeah. And he's like, as he's approached, the guy that escorted you comes up. Captain, Mr. Sword requested that these individuals be brought to them. He would like to have a conversation with them. Oh, Master Sword is... Oh, wow. Well, guys, it's much of an honor that he seems to have taken notice to you guys. This ample... what's the word I'm thinking of? Ample...
Vigilance?
Vigilance, thank you. Ample vigilance of coming across and making sure these smugglers are brought to justice. And he's offered to treat you to a dinner aboard his ship.
Oh, really?
Yes, so maybe he seems to have requested the... And this is the other guy, not the captain speaking. He seems to want to see if you can further help with the figuring out where these smugglers are coming from with maybe information that he might have, as he is a well-known sailor in these seas.
Well, Commander, do you think we should accept this? I know we may have, or do you want to continue with this so we can give a proper report?
As if we speak.
I can report back to base captain, and you guys, you all can go to the dinner.
I think your skills would actually be helpful as well out there.
Oh, but of course, but you know, I only have an hour before I have to return back to base.
Well, Commander, what's the decision? Looking at Snakebite.
I suppose speaking to... Sorry, continue.
I was to say the captain will speak up. It really is an honor to receive such an invitation. Even I don't get to dine with him so often. You really should take this opportunity.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt. If you would like to head back to base, I will not stop you.
Yes, I'm sure I can send someone in my stead. I know of an artificer that might be able to help.
All right.
Out.
All right. I'll go on. Go on. We will meet with us soon.
Indeed. Thank you, Captain. And Vero, not to the other captain. Thank you for your assistance. And Vero run off.
I forgot you'd put this guy's self on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, wait, what? And then it finally clicked. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, just in the middle of a dinner. Oh, the South Elf just suddenly transformed into a tiefling as a demon.
It happens after nightfall.
Yeah.
Only when the full moon rises.
You know.
At least until true love's kiss breaks the spell.
Okay, but so you guys wait for now Vera to come back on board and whatnot, or?
Link's been able to do. I might have to.
Oh, that's happening?
Yeah, I gotta dip here soon, so.
Okay, so we'll just use this as your out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
So he's like, well, Master has provided we'll settle you with the
Dinghies?
dinghies. Yes. Gotta love when words are hard to read. To the flagship, the eye catcher.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
I'm just imagining Jack Sparrow's ship from the beginning of Curse of the Black Pearl.
Just sinking into the dock.
Not it sinking, just it before it started sinking.
Yeah.
All right.
But you guys go aboard, and it looks very much the same as the others, except this one is all the way to the sea. And you make your way into just to make sure. Yeah, you are led by another individual that looks similar to the deckhand, but obviously slightly different. Token looks the same, and you are brought into and let me just make sure. I'm reading this right.
The galley.
You're being brought to the captain's then, but I just want to make sure I read exactly that it's. Okay, so you enter into the cabin. And you are greeted. So the dining cabin is bedecked with golden filigree, the purple curtains festooned with silken tassels, and the wood panelings scented with perfume. A magnificent feast is laid out on the golden platter, sprawls atop the mahogany table of exquisite craftsmanship, and even dollies are something to behold. Standing behind it all, with a wine glass in hand, is a well-built, scantily clad man with his scarlet apparel designed to accentuate his trim figure and bountiful chest hair, and a flashy rapier hangs on his stylish belt. Welcome aboard the Eye Catcher! He speaks with a flash of his pearly white teeth. Zardaw's sword at your service. And you see next to him are two nimble rights that seem to be active and in like a guard-like structure. Please sit. Let's have a meal together and discuss how we can get rid of these vile smugglers out of these docks, so that the parade can be continue without worry.
Whistle like peeks up over the edge of the table and just drools a little bit at the sight of the food.
Mm-hmm. Important question: where is everybody going to be positioned?
I guess I'll be positioned at the far I guess towards like this seat over here, so I can like keep an eye on things.
Okay.
I'll move up and sit fairly close.
Okay.
I'll probably take up most of the side of the table.
Yeah. Whistle, do you go over here or do you go over here?
To offset Zorian's side is probably best if I sit on Vorian's side.
Okay. Hopefully the travel was not too bad.
Oh no, oh no, it wasn't terrible.
Feel free, eat. It's on me. You are a guest aboard this ship.
Alrighty. He looks down at the food. Does it look good?
It looks really good.
Alright, hang on. Smell.
Whistle
Alright.
start
eating.
Yep, Whistler's not being particularly particularly shy about this. Actually, so here's a more important question. Does it look like he's eaten any?
Yeah, he's eating. You see he's drinking the wine and everything. Like, he's eating the food too.
All right.
As long as he's not like conspicuously avoiding eating or something, then we'll
Alrighty.
absolutely tuck it.
All right. Snakebite. We'll guess we'll take a bite. We'll take a bite.
And it's delicious. It is. This is a meal fit for nobles.
Very good.
I do not recall having something this delicious before.
Even more impressive to have at shipboard.
Yes. The Sea Maiden's Fair is all owned by me, which is the Eyecatcher, the flagship, as well as the Heartbreaker and the Hellraiser. Yes, we yeah. Yes, my dear.
I know Whistle's just nomming on some roast poultry.
Yeah, we are a seafaring group that it's a carnival that travels across the Sword Coast. We try our best to provide good entertainment in the form of street parades, which you probably have heard and seen throughout your time in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah, I suppose I've seen a couple.
So, you speak of these smugglers, and apparently, the nimble rights here, they or actually, they wouldn't be named that. These automatons apparently are being used to smuggle.
I got the. I'll look at them. Do they look at all like our Nim from back at the temple?
They look as similar as the other ones do.
Alrighty.
They don't seem to have any
Yes.
distinguishing. These ones seem to be a bit more bedazzled
Alrighty.
to kind of fit his apparel.
Alrighty. Do you mind if I? Yes, actually, they actually look a lot like those. They use one in particular, and that looks a lot like those actually. Where exactly did you get them?
Oh, I was visiting a distant island of Latana about a year ago, and I decided to purchase about 4 of these automatons. I believe they. I'll let you on the word. They called them Nimblerites. Funny name, I say. From a wizard there. As you can see, I keep 2 on my person, and each of my other ships have one. They're both act as pseudo bodyguards, but for us. But also during the parades, they can be used as some flashy design.
Yes,
Of course.
they are very flashy indeed. And I would like to insight check his story.
All right, make an insight roll.
That one.
Do the same.
Honestly, you think that he's lying, but not lying about necessarily about the about the number rights. You think he's just lying about okay, what? You just think you just don't trust him. But you don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't trust. He doesn't trust anyone. Period. He doesn't
Yeah,
trust.
but
too many
you
people,
realize
period.
but you quickly realize it's you just don't like his face.
Dude, he's very smug.
Yeah, and then you realize that you can't pick up anything, and none of you pick up anything.
All right.
Well, we bring it up because some people have seen others of these just around town, and you guys haven't been in town a lot, so.
Oh, actually, there would only be one. Actually, I'm rating in. There's only one next to him at the moment.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Of your nimble rights, people have described them elsewhere in town, and you.
Well,
guys
I mean,
you
in the
guys were
parades,
how
they
long
would be
ago?
in.
It wasn't in the parades though. They were just kind of just wandering about the city.
That's a neat. No, they are very strict to be at the service of each captain, and look, they're completely harmless. And then
That's
as he
exactly my point. You
speaks,
guys haven't been in town long enough.
a Nimblewright comes in and starts to fill everyone's wine glasses. See what I mean? They're merely
Yes,
servants.
You have been in port for how long?
Most recently,
For this.
for about
Fuck, I can't think
for
of the
about
word.
a month.
About a month. Okay.
Alrighty.
Yes,
We're
we
just
travel
checking
all around
'cause-
all the places. We've been to
Of
Waterdeep a
course.
few times. We always stop by every year.
Well, of course, it's a yearly tradition from what I've seen. I'm normally out of town during these parades. This is the first time I've been back for one in a long time.
Yes, well, there are a couple of groups that got their hands on one or two of these and started using them to run their errands. Granted, they may stand out, but like you said, they'll follow orders. And you don't really need to pay them because, well, they're robots.
Exactly. I bought them off of a wizard. I mean, they're property. They function merely as such as like a golem to a wizard. They don't have much intelligence.
Interesting.
Whistle looks up from her meal and holds a hand up. I want to preface this by stating that this is in no way an accusation, my friend. But when you're discussing a thing that does not have its own free will, when you start encountering, foul deeds being performed with them, that means that it is the person who directed them that then has the blood on them.
That would be correct, my dear. Quite astute you are. And he kind of tips his glass to you and takes a drink.
As usual, Whistle's response to praise is to immediately blush and bask in the pleasure of being talked up like that.
Is there any specific thing that's being smuggled that you know of?
Well,
And he's
fairly
looking directly
recently
at
we-
Snakebite.
Well, fairly recently we found one. Very recently we found somebody trying to smuggle, running around with like a very powerful magic item, a necklace of fireballs to be precise.
Oh, those are quite dangerous.
Yeah, they are.
Very
They're
volatile.
very illegal. Very dangerous.
Of
Some
course,
them
as they
might have
should
been
be.
Set off too in a populated area.
Yes.
Oh, I did hear news of what seemed to be a massive explosion happening up in the North Ward. Very dreadful.
Yep. Yes, very unfortunate.
Yeah, they're still investigating, I hear.
Yes, yes, they are.
Are you aware of anything that they might have uncovered? Of who might be responsible or what they are after?
I believe all they have is just current loose theories right now. Not much to actually go off of, but they do think that one of these Nimblewrights may have been involved.
Oh, I can assure you that these Nimblewrights here, they stay on the ships at all times. They're not allowed to leave, apart from the parades.
Alrighty.
And in those, they are well looked after, I assume.
Of course,
There's
most
always
times they
someone-
stay within the captain quarters, or they sometimes do some minor task throughout the ship when needed.
Of course.
Speak of these theories, what kind of theories are being talked about? Should there be anything that us performers should be worried about?
I
With
don't.
the smuggling? No. Maybe
No.
perhaps of a cat burglar that's been stealing from the wealthy, you may want to keep an eye out for. But with your ship being docked in the harbor, they may have a bit of a time getting out here.
Oh, it would be quite a story and tale of adventure to try to steal from your old
Exactly.
sword here.
But I figured, as a show, I should at least inform you that there is a cat burglar that seems to have been popping up, hitting some of the nobility in town.
As your guest, I think the most helpful advice I could provide is just making sure you can account for, and you pretty much have, just making sure that you can account for the whereabouts of your nimble right, in case it does become a concrete thing that one was used in these smuggling or attacks.
I really don't care too much about the Waterdeep politics. Every city has their problems, I suppose, but my job is as an entertainer to make people forget about the politics for a while.
Exactly, and we would hate for your revelry to be besmirched by them suspecting that you all had something to do with it because you own 4 of them.
Well, you have my utmost support, and if I can do anything to assist, I shall.
I suppose the primary thing is keep a really close eye on your machines, and if you notice you've got 1 or 2 more than normal, do not be shy to hit us up.
Well, I'll be making.
Just generally be perceptive for any shady activity.
Farewell. I'll be sure to report to the watch if I see anything of suspicion. You have my word.
All right. Snakebite will finish up his meal.
Okay, a meal.
Drink his wine.
It's about an hour's of eating food and stuff, and there's some laughs and stuff. Is there any other questions you have throughout this meal that you ask, Mr. Zord?
Now, Whistle enjoys the meal that she's been sort of is very vocal about the quality of the food that's been provided to return the praise she was given to her.
Vorian begins to start asking just like, where's the just about like his travels, because it's someone that's traveled a lot.
Oh, yes.
Where was the most exciting place you've done one of your parades, as you call them?
Oh, that's a tough one. I have to say, Neverwinter is quite an interesting locale when it comes to the parades. Quite interesting folk over there.
And I've heard tales of Neverwinter. Heard it gets damn cold up there during the winter seasons.
Yes, that's why we make sure our parades are not during the winter. We want as many people to show up to be able to appreciate the spectacle.
You head further south for the winter, don't you?
And he kind of like taps his nose. You know the
yeah, it's
gesture I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hence why we are stopping by in Waterdeep in the more and at this season before winter settles in, and then we're going to be going even more south, probably in a month or 2.
I don't think I have anything else to ask him. Do you guys?
No, this has been a wonderful meal, sir. I do thank you for it.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Mm-hmm. Of course. You guys were quite good guests, and that should be rewarded. A bit of a tidbit. You should check in with the Galhuns. They are nobles of Waterdeep, and they might have more information.
Galhuns, could you spell that for me?
I believe they're in the North Ward.
All right. All right, we will keep this information in mind. We will be sure to stop by there when we can. And the snakebite gets up. We really appreciate the meal. It's been a long day.
Of
And then he offers
course.
out for like a handshake. Hello.
He said, of course.
I know. Then I said he offers his hand out for a handshake.
Oh, he shakes it.
All right. All right. Well. All right. Well, all right. You two trainees, let's get going. There will be we will quiz you on what you have learned here later.
Yes, sir.
And then he starts out the door.
Okay. He walks you to the top of the deck, and he makes sure that you're escorted safely back to shore.
Hooray!
He bids you farewell.
I do love the removal of the threat of drowning.
Whistle. You notice that he does pocket, seems to be a note into Snakebite as they did the handshake.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Did I notice a note being pocketed into me?
No, you didn't.
Okay then. Alrighty.
I could tell you with your passive, definitely not.
Come on, I've got 13 perception here. I am the perceptive king.
All right.
He's tested someone
once
with-
You
we're
forget that
back-
disadvantage gives you a -5 to your passives.
Disadvantage?
He doesn't have
What?
disadvantage. He just has.
Oh,
a -1.
right. It's just -1. Sorry, my brain. My
Minus
brain's
one to
crossing
the
streams.
20 test, I believe it is.
Yeah, no, it's
Right?
just this but your passives would also be take the -1. Yeah, you never mind.
Alright.
So yeah, you still didn't notice. I mean,
Alright,
I can tell you right now, you didn't
nothing
notice.
changed
Yeah.
Once we're back on shore, Whistle nudges Snakebite. Hey, you want
Hi.
to see a magic trick?
Sure.
Sure.
Whittles her fingers and uses a minor illusion to create sparkles and crackles around Snakebite's pocket, and then throws her fingers forward towards it, and it just pops in a puff of smoke. Check your pocket.
Snakebite checks. Confused, but all confused, he will reach for his pocket very slowly. Before he puts his hand in, he says, "Whistle, if something jumps out, if I stick my hand and die,
Nothing.
you will never hear the end of it."
Nothing dangerous has been performed, I think.
Yet.
Doesn't need to be dangerous to be irritating. And then he slowly, carefully reaches his hand into his pocket and pulls out whatever's in there.
You see, it's written. Best speak with the young lord, never Ember.
Ta-da!
All right. You said it was to best speak with Lord Neverember?
Young Lord Neverember, which you would be able to pick up means Renaer Neverember, the son of the late Lord of Neverember.
Alrighty.
Which you know is over at the Yawning Portal.
Alright. So he folds it in half and pockets it again. Insight check. Would I be able to... Did Whistle really put this in here?
No, Whistle did not. She has the kind of like.
You've seen their handwriting, to be fair. I don't think it's definitely not her
Yeah, that's
handwriting.
not her handwriting.
This is way too neat and too nice to be
Yes.
Whistle's handwriting. You said, if there was something in my pocket, you could have just told me.
Yeah, but that was more fun.
I
Fair
agree.
enough.
That was
I
actually
won't
more
argue.
entertaining.
I will not argue with that.
No,
Well, looks like we've got another lead.
that we do.
Yes, at some point we need to stop by and speak to Mr. Neverember over at the Yawning Portal.
Lord,
Mr.
Lord,
Sir.
Lord.
No.
Thank you for calling me.
you can call him what you want. You'll just be wrong.
I am aware.
All right, then that's everything's fine.
All right, at some point we need. And now that we're done here, if you don't mind, I would like to try to stop by somewhere that carries medicinal stuff so that I can try to shake this like.
Yeah, you can
cold
go
that
to an
I've got myself
apothecary.
into.
It's near
Not-
near your manor.
Not a
All right.
cold. You know what it is. I diagnosed it.
It's just a bit of fever. I'll be fine.
I'm telling you, it's not.
I'll
What
walk
is his
it off.
body? He would know.
No, he wouldn't. That's why we used magic.
Wait, I've been feeling sore and tired since this morning, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, you didn't
I'll
do
walk
your
it
morning
off.
workout this morning.
Yeah.
That could
Plus,
be why.
now that I think about it, I did forget to stretch last time too. That could be it as well.
Yeah, we
you
were kind of
smell
exhausted.
like a corpse.
Why are you smelling corpses, Whistle?
We walked
Yeah, do I
past
smell-
like
do I
half a
still
dozen of
stink?
them.
It seems to have been more in the cramps and stuff, and the fever.
Alright.
It seems to have translated to that.
Yeah, I don't smell anything.
Yeah, well, you didn't see him pocket the note either.
All right, but yeah, point is, I want to stop. Well, do we want to go speak with him now, or do we want to go, or will this be something for another day?
We can try and go speak with him today.
You know, he
Is it about
frequents
what
the Yawning
time?
Portal. You had dinner, so now it's the evening.
Okay,
All right.
yeah. Now might be the best time to go there. Also,
Yeah. Plus, it's on the way to the apothecary. It wouldn't hurt to stop by.
I think the on portal's over here.
Whistle wanders along with the others, muttering in Gnomish about how she gets no respect.
Do you want Uppy's Whistle?
You want uppies?
Do you want upsies?
You
No.
want uppies?
Do you want kneecaps?
I think they're still a bit high for you to reach.
Her stick starts to sprout thorns as she stares daggers at you. You want me to test that theory?
At the
I don't
moment,
know,
no.
Whistle. If you start being bad, we're not stopping by the candy store.
Alright, but you guys make your way to the Yawning Portal.
He condescendingly like rubs your head.
I have been without sweets the entire time I've been here. You can't threaten me with not doing something you've never done.
Have you ever asked to go to the candy store?
No,
Well, there's your problem.
but he's threatening to not do it.
Well, you
I
haven't
know I wasn't
asked.
planning on. How do you know I wasn't planning on doing it?
Well, you clearly weren't, or you'd have done it by now. So, you threat meaningless.
Maybe he was going to give it to you as a congratulations for going along with the plan.
Yeah, you never know. You don't ask these questions.
I know lots of things.
Except
And
I don't understand common. Anyway,
that's because common is absolute nonsense, and you know it.
I will concede that one. My first language was Draconic. Common is bullshit.
Yes.
It's It is quite literally 3 languages rolled up into a trench coat.
yeah, I know they use giant runes to write out their language.
Yeah, giant runes, a little bit of weird Elvish script. It's a mixed bag, really.
You'd be surprised how much Goblin made its way in there.
You know Goblin?
No, there's just lots of loan words from Goblin.
Hmm.
Most of them
Anyway.
are swears.
Yeah, that tracks. That's
That-
most
that
of the Goblin
tracks.
languages.
That makes sense.
We're having this on the way to where? The Yawning Portal?
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I'm
Bantering and generally giving Whistle a hard time because it's fun.
I'm letting you have your banter. Once you tell me your banter's done, we can skip to get into the place.
I think we're done
Alrighty.
for now.
Yeah, I think we've had enough
Okay.
of
You make it to the
messing around
Yawning
with Whistle
portal,
for today.
and it's, it's the typical scene at the tavern. Loud and brass and music being played.
Alright. Do we spot the young Lord Neverember lying around somewhere? Sulking around somewhere.
Yep.
Alrighty, well, we know our informant. Let's go pay him a visit.
And you see him just drinking and just relaxing. And he sees you approach. Ah, adventurers, friends, welcome, welcome. How have you been? You're all looking quite well.
Oh yes, very well.
Whistle resists the urge to announce that only one of them has the plague.
Very good restraint. Good restraint.
We may actually go to the candy store yet.
What brings you over to talk to wee little me? And you see like a big old smile on his face. He's happy to see you guys.
Alrighty. Well, a little birdie told us that you might. Well, I'm assuming you've heard of the explosion that happened over at the North Ward. I'm assuming you've heard of that.
Yes, I've heard about that. It was near your new place of residence, right?
Leave it
Yeah,
to the hero of Waterdeep.
Right outside. Near
I am glad to hear you guys are okay.
Whistle nods
It takes more than a little bit of fire to kill me.
What exactly happened? Do you know?
Well, we have reason to believe. Well,
Someone
our
used
working theory is that this was an assassination attempt, and then everything else that happened was just collateral damage.
cover up.
We believe-
Assassination to whom? To you guys?
No, someone that was just happened to be there. Everyone else, the destruction, it was just wrong place at the wrong time. But yeah, we have the reason to believe that our assassin may or may not have been an automaton, and a little.
An automaton.
Yes, and someone that we spoke to had
Oh,
mentioned
my.
you may or may not have something, may or may not know something. And then he pulls out the note that he had received from the captain, and he slides it across the table.
I don't know what I could know about. Do you think I might know the person that was attempted to be killed?
Well, we
But
get
I
this
meant-
from the.
From the circus, the guy that's running the traveling circus, the traveling carnival. He said to speak with you after we had finished meeting with him. We were hoping maybe you might know something.
I forgive me, but I don't know what information I can provide. I mean,
Well, the working theory, it was what was the name of those automatons again?
Nimble rights.
Nimble rights.
Do you know anything about those? Who made them? What they were made for?
not. I
two
believe
people
my
that we
father
know.
spoke that a place, an island far away, makes some crazy inventions. It's a island full of inventors. But that's about all I know. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know what kind of information you're expecting from me. I mean,
Have you seen one that's been walking around alone in the North or Sea Ward?
no, not that I know of.
Did you read the note that I slid across the table to him?
Yeah, it did. He's complex. He shows complex face. Like he's not sure.
Alright, just confused. Alrighty. Alright. Well then,
I'm sorry, but
sorry, go on.
you said that it was an attempted assassination. Did they succeed?
Yes.
Um,
Unfortunately.
yes.
Who ended up dying?
Let me pull out my notes. Alrighty. Some guy from it appears to be like a higher ranking official from a crime syndicate that's been floating around.
Don't tell me it's this.
Zetarium.
Well, of
If you've heard of
course.
them.
I mean, you fed me from them when I was kidnapped.
Yes, well, we have reason to believe that the target was one of their higher ups, and we have reason to believe the Xanathar Guild may have been responsible.
So you're saying that one of them ended up dying?
One of them. There's a lot of thems here that I said. You're gonna have to be more specific.
Well, the Satarium people. You said that
Yeah, one of them ended up dying.
I
and
mean,
we believe
good
that
riddance.
We have reason to believe that the Xanathar Guild may have been responsible for the explosion. They may have gotten their hands on one of these automatons, and
Did you get a name of this person? I mean, obviously, this person would have an identity outside of that gang.
we weren't. It seems as if he was going. It seems as if he was going out of his way to be as inconspicuous as possible.
And what did they look like? Do you know what they look like? Like maybe I know this person. Maybe they were there when I got kidnapped.
Hey, do you mention this guy? He was like a gnome, right? The dude that I got with the Speak with Dead.
Yeah. There was a gnome, and then there was two figures that had the markings.
The gnome was the important one, right? That gave me the gnome was the important one. That was, I believe, right?
He gave some information.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Like the gnome was the one that looked nicer, that got the most scorched and burned by this.
Yes, he was pretty bad.
Alrighty. Well, there wasn't much to go off of. The dude was quite literally at the center of the
Wait,
blast.
you said
he was a
gnome. Are you sure he was a Centurium member?
Pretty sure. Why?
And Whistle actually speaks up and shakes her head a little bit. I'm not sure that was the case. I remember that he was going out of his way to make sure he wasn't identifiable, but I don't remember if we actually found out who he was associated with.
Oh, I did. I stopped by the morgue and interviewed him.
You interviewed him, and then one of the two figures that had this.
One of their lackeys, and then him.
Oh, okay. Well, then you would know.
That doesn't.
You all right, kid? You look like you know something.
Yes, but it just I mean, I think I know who you're talking to, but the fact that he was working with Cetarium all along, that's worrisome. And he follow me, and like he brings you into one of the more private areas.
All right.
Okay, and he kind of looks around real quick.
On his way there, Snakebite gets the feeling this is gonna need some drinks to be able to fully process the information, so he'll order something strong real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you're able to get the drinks. Okay. When the lords of Waterdeep ousted my father, I thought his long dark shadow was finally gone for good. But the truth is, I want nothing to do with him. but his spies hound on me. And one of them was a gnome named Dalakar. And apparently he's been watching me for months. But then, about 10 days ago, that gnome was suddenly nowhere to be seen.
10
And
days ago, was that around the same time frame as the explosion?
It's been this would have been a little bit before the explosion.
Alrighty.
It has only just because only a week has gone by since the explosion.
Alrighty, cool.
Here's the thing: my father didn't trust many people, but he definitely trusted that gnome. And I spoke with a few of Dalakar's friends. Apparently, he was on a special mission to retrieve what was it called? The Stone of Galag, something.
The Stone of Galore.
Yes, the Stone of Galore, and was afraid that Satarium and Syndergaard were close to catching him. But if he's a Satarium member himself, I mean, that's quite a ruse.
What if he was running from them?
And when he heard about my kidnapping, he wanted more information about, well, you guys who rescued me. The more I think about it, you said that it happened right outside your place of residence, right?
Yes.
Yes, we figured it was just wrong place, wrong time.
I think
Wrong
Dalakar
location.
was planning on paying you to deliver that stone to my father in Neverwinter.
When I think about it, we didn't see a stone or anything on his body when we found him, did we?
Nope. Think about all the notes and the investigations you did.
Alrighty.
There
There wasn't like a stone or anything on him, so that must mean Xanathar must have it.
No. I don't want to go back there right now.
You said the explosion killed him and another, right?
Yeah, him, a couple of Zentarium lackeys, some pretty minor people.
That was
Whistle frowns. Nobody's minor.
so that explosion killed everybody. If he had the stone on him, then it should be on his person. Are you sure nobody took that stone?
There was a tale they saw someone walking away from the blast, and that's kind of where these automatons came about. The story of them came about.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll reach out to some of my friends in the Harper's Guild and see what I can figure out. Wait a day's time, and I'll come to your place, your manor, and give you information I come across. Till then, I suggest keeping your head down low. You guys as well.
Yeah.
Because if they're willing to kill him who might have been part of them over this, they probably will for you as well.
Until then, be sure to keep your eye out and make sure none of those Centaurum or Githenter members catch you off guard. They're a dangerous lot. And he takes a quick shot back of his ale and he gets up and walks out.
Alrighty.
And that's where we're going to conclude tonight's session. As you
Alrighty,
all
it's
sit-
10 o'clock on the nose.
Yeah, as you all sit back, finishing your drinks, gleaning information that maybe the explosion was not just a random wrong place, wrong time, and maybe there's more to this story.
I was right remembering that, right? That the gnome dude was Zentarium, right? I was correct.
If that's
in
what you said,
remembering.
if that's what your notes say.
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say. That's why, because I was just doing deductive reasoning there. Like, someone who takes better notes than me, please tell me I was right.
Don't think I was here for that session.
Oh yeah, you weren't there.
But I will say you guys did a wonderful job. Pat yourself on the back.
All right.
You guys did really good, and you gleaned a lot of information. And you met some new allies and new friends, and had some interesting conversations about how a gun works, and talking about the candy shop.
Yep. And true to my word,
We're not going.
Whistles. Okay, we're not. Are you sure? Whistle's been good lately.
But like I said at the beginning of the stream, we are not going to be continuing for the remainder of the holiday season. We will be back though on Tuesday, as that's going to be the new day for sessions. Tuesday, January 9th. So be sure to stop by. Same time though, 6 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully I see you guys there. And thank you for allowing me to DM, and hopefully everybody enjoyed the session. And thank you, players, for being very awesome and allowing me to do a little bit of DMing in the background at certain points.
Thanks for running for us, man.
Yee.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun, dude.
Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful holidays, wherever you celebrate. And can't wait to see you guys in the new year. Love you all.
Bye-bye.
Take care, dude.